All right, check 1 2 1 2. Anybody chilling with us yet? We're just getting the ball rolling, baby. Trying to get that energy up. Turn the music up a little bit too. It's a little quiet. Can you hear me? Hold on. I'm a little chilly too. What the hell's going on here? Well, it is what it is. Check 1 2 1 2. Yeah, it's working. Is the mic sound loud enough compared to the music? Is it a little quiet? I unfortunately can't turn it up much more. Can't at all. Wear a blanket? Maybe I should, Jared. Maybe I should. Well, we got a fun night planned, at least. Even though... Turnout's light. Oh, dude, I'll take a look at it, but I got my own I'm pretty stoked about as well. It's current for it. Let me turn on the goddamn camera so y'all can see me. Hold on. Once I get it off this crap, hopefully more folks might roll through. What's going on, everybody? I cleaned the setup a little bit. Got it looking a bit more presentable. I think, at least. I just wish the mic was coming in a little hotter. I don't have much of a way, at least that I'm aware of, to boost it. Let me see. Maybe I can... Let me go into my device settings, and maybe there's a way I can F with it there. Hold on. Here we go. Cracking it open. Yeah, it says disable, and that's the only option I have. It just doesn't seem loud enough to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. Andres, I'm okay, homie. I tell you what, you guys want to do some deck reviews? I'm down. I could use it. I could use the content. I gotta suck it up and edit it. Let me see what we got. I'm loud? Alright. Then we're good enough. We're good enough. It's fine. Let's see what we got here. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, you're doing Fiendsmith in there. Alright, hold on. Let's see what my man Jared has been cooking up. We're going to take a look at his list. We got to zoom in real close on this joint. This is one of my favorite archetypes of all time. We're making the return as the Orcustrator, which means we got to pass judgment on this joint. Let's see what we got here. Starting things off. Lineup looks sound. Only doing one symbol Skelly. I can get it. I can dig it. I like to personally, but we've got to make room for the entire Fiendsmith squad, Bing chilling along with the Azaminas. I get it. I totally get it. And oh, I love the fact that you're playing Nightmare as well. Extra deck's got to be tight as can be. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Look at how tight this thing is. Oh my gosh. We did still make room for Evil Swarm Nightmare, though, and that's one of my favorite cards of all time. I have to ask. I'm curious to know... What boys are we using to make it? It would have to be Harporer and Gearsue, right? I guess so. But overall, I dig it. I find it challenging, though, to operate without the Galaxy guy. The Galaxy Eyes for the monster effect negates. Maybe it's just in my head, even though people aren't playing Nib that hard anymore. I'm still constantly afraid of it. Our hand trap lineup is exactly the same. The ratios look pretty solid. Overall, I dig this list. I dig it heavy. Side deck looks strong. Making some good choices there. I gotta give this joint a fat hell yes. It's one of the greatest archetypes of all time. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's from Triff? Oh, let's see this one. Apparently, this is a list from Triff. Let's see what we got. Fiendsmith Squad, the full regalia with the tract, Prosperity, all of the 1-of Floodgates, the full Bestial lineup. Oh, this is his deck full of hand traps, isn't it? Yeah, I'm seeing it now. The hand traps that establish themselves as bodies. I've heard about this. Triff is a legend. He's always coming up with good ideas, this being one of them. Pair that along with the full Woes and the Pirellia, the full gang, all there. The targeting negation effects, Bing chilling. I'm noticing a significant lack of the... Well, what's it flipping called? That broken trap card that negates summons. It's actually escaping me right now. But this looks insane. And I mean, I get it. I get what the game plan is. You're throwing up Desiree. You're throwing up a decent enough board. Do you choose to go second with this? I'm not sure. Is this a hard-going second deck? I'm very curious to know. And then, of course, you back up whatever the hell you do with a Floodgate, because Floodgates are strong. Triff is a madman, but he's a mad genius, so I always got to give him credit. He's cooking up the craziest stuff in the universe, and I absolutely love to see it. Alright, Andres. I'm pulling it up. Oh, Barf for Triff? Nah, he's my boy. Him and I used to be tight. Alright, I'm pulling it up. Well, you know it as well as I do that we always got to take a look at some fresh Drytron lists. Let's see what Andre sent in this time. Clean 40-card list. Only, wow, bare minimum on the fairies. And when I say bare minimum, I mean it. 1 Ben 10 and 1 Diviner. Doing 1-ofs on Delta. Main decking Beta. Hard going second cards, including our Thrust. The Book of Eclipse, Bing chilling in there. Secret Village strat comboing in with the Ancient Fairy. It's clean. It's a clean, mean money machine. Natasha's in the side, I guess only for time. Or 1 steal, I guess. Fair enough. Ultimate Slayer's tight. That card's crazy, especially in Drytron. I'm never going to discredit that card because I think it's insane. Overall, a solid list. Very clean. I love playing 40-card decks. It makes me happy to see that we got the full package condensed into something strong with plenty of room for going second cards and what looks to be like enough gas to get you going. I dig it. This might be the best way to play the Ancient Fairy lineup. Maybe I'd do a different spellcaster target than Lina. I get it's the easiest one to make, but it's the least resilient as well. So that's the only real critique I can give. I dig it, though. I dig these lists. Listen, we got a podcast performance coming up. We are going to be featured on the semi-limited podcast once again. I had a fun time chilling with these guys last time. It was a heck of an episode, and we've got a heck of an agenda going for it as well. I'm going to pop in there probably about 10 minutes before we start recording. I did want to get in time for a quick game. I don't know if I'll have time to do so. I have dinner to eat as well here. I want to get that rammed down before we actually start. So maybe what we'll do is we'll spectate some duels on BB before we hop into the podcast appearance. I'm going to chat the guy right now and let him know that I'm going to be there at roughly 10 minutes before we start recording. Let me just tell him on the side real quick. Oh, you have an Orcus list too? Yeah, didn't I already look at this? Yeah, I think I actually clicked on your old list, Andre, so that's my bad. I'll peep the Orcus one as well. Give me 1 second. Alright, but I do want to rail down this dinner real quick too. So let me eat real quick because I am getting a little famished. But I also do want to see if there are there any Orcus duelists out? Let's find out. No. Are there any Drytron duelists? Let's find out. No. Nobody's got balls. Nobody's got balls. Alright. No Exodia either? What the hell am I supposed to spectate today? Plenty of people playing Kashtira. DB just ain't what it used to be, man. It ain't what it used to be. Who's number 1 right now? Who's got tons of people coming? Oh, these guys literally just started. So I'm going to have them on. I'm just eating some leftover slices. I've had a whole plethora of slices in my freezer since our Halloween party. I've just been slowly working through them. So forgive the fact that I'm going to be devouring this while I spectate this. What a rough start for that guy. I do want to check in with anybody that's tuning in right now. Tell me, how was your Monday? What were you up to today? What was keeping you busy? What were you doing? Servine? Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Throw it to me on Discord. I just gotta eat a little bit first. Oh. Jared, I'm sorry, brother. That fucking blows. I hope you feel better ASAP, my man. So is this Dragon Link? I see a Seyfert. Two new cards for Eldritch? Yo! That's fucking hype. That's really fucking hype. I'm assuming we have no more information outside the number of how many cards. Yeah, I didn't see that resolving. Hand traps are so cringe. The new ones. I don't love them. I don't like them. Dark World is one card away from being super problematic. I still think that deck, even right now, is good. I think Dark World is good. Like, you can call me crazy all you want. I think that deck is good. This is Battle of the Bestials. So, my day today. I took off work today because I was working on my capstone project almost all day. This morning I took my time getting ready. I slept in a little bit. I got my morning exercise done. Slowly geared into the day. I did procrastinate a bit in the morning because I was cleaning my room. Did I need to do it right now? Maybe not, but I chose to. I'm glad I did because this space is a heck of a lot cleaner now. And then we dived in and I got some seriously good progress done. My next benchmark date for a submission is this Wednesday. And I've got a fair bit left to do. So I'm going to be still working on it again tomorrow, which is fine. But I feel confident that I can get it done in time for Wednesday. So it was good to have the day today. It was a good mental day to, like, you know, simmer down, reset type deal. Oh, I'm getting some sweats right now. It's like hot in here all of a sudden. But also could just be because I'm eating. Wait till you play Malice with Adignister. Oh god, dude. I've been hearing about... I saw, like... I got the prompt for it. I didn't watch it. Some Adignister deck. And it looked disgusting to me. I was grossed the heck out by it. Yeah, that shit was nasty. I hate Adignister as an archetype. For those of you who know the lore, does anybody here know or remember the lore of my despise for Adignister? I'm gonna put the question out there if you know why. If you know, you really know. Oh my god, Brahim doesn't even know. Excuse me. Alright. I'll tell you. In fact, fuck telling you, I'll show you. Yeah, I think he's playing the Trift deck. Crazy that we were just looking at it, too. It was a long time ago. Hang on, let me see. Oh, that's 3 years ago. Wasn't me. I'm curious to see if... I know some of these, like, matchups have been me in the past, but ain't none of these are. Where is it? Oh, look at that. Yeah, he also got in the top 4. I love Bean. Does Bean still create? I gotta check in on Bean. Anyway, I'm trying to find the PPG feature match. Ooh. Cowboy for game 12 days ago. TS Championship, first place Drytron. Fair and balanced. Love it. We gotta check this out later. We definitely gotta check this out later. I can't even find the original video. This was the boy who beat me. That's my boy Tim. And he was on MBT's channel. Uh-oh. Crazy. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Whole point is the PPG feature match was me losing to Adagnister in 2021, I think it was. I think that's the year. I got second place at the PPG tournament, and my one loss in the finals was to fucking Adagnister. So I have it out for that deck, and it was my boy who was playing it. So that just adds to the level of infuriation that comes along with it. My god. Already logged in elsewhere? Yeah, okay. I just have this open for no reason. No matter what. Good song. And I love Gaga Cowboy. Cool intro, too.
What'd you win with?
Oh, it's Paul!
So I took Drytron.
It's Paul!
So
We love Paul Pelican. This gets an auto like.
Busted one. Three
Look at that. Look at that.
So,
let's see what he's doing.
I don't know. Delta.
He's playing beta.
I did cut like the third Ben 10 and Natasha.
Doing 2 and 2.
Spell, 3 emergency, and I'm even going to throw in the Drytron.
And he's playing Meteor Eclipse. That's great. Or Meteor Shower, excuse me. A new Dark World card. Okay. We're really running it close right now. So let me see what we got here. Oh, I can't. A YDK? Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. Shit. Let me see. Let me see what we got here. Okay, apparently this is the super early leaks of a brand new Dark World card. With a first and third effects, hard once per turn. During the main phase, this card is in your hand or graveyard. Discard one Dark World monster, and if you do, special summon this card. So I'm assuming that's discard for effect, so that'd be good. This card's name becomes Grapha on the field or grave, so it's another way to fuse with. And if you have I'm assuming if 2 or more monsters are summoned, you can either add to your hand or banish one Dark World card from your deck, then discard one card. Why would you want to banish them? I guess maybe to summon the level 4? That kind of makes sense. But searching any one Dark World card is definitely insane. So that's looking pretty good. Oh, and then they have a spell, too? Okay, apparently there's a spell as well. First and second effects once per turn. Reveal one Dark World monster in your hand. Your opponent either discards it, and if they do, you draw 2 cards, or they show you their hand, and you choose 1 card from it. If it is a monster, special summon it to their field. If it is a spell or trap, set it to your field. It can be activated this turn. This card's in your graveyard. You can discard one Dark World card, and if you do, add this card to your hand. Interesting one. There might be some moves with it. They're not immediately coming to mind, but that does seem pretty crazy. Okay, we got to start getting ready to convert on over to podcast mode. So I need to sip some water real quick. I think Bestials are broken. I think they need to put Druid Swarm to 1. Does anyone else agree with me with that? I think Druid Swarm got to go to 1. I forgot how much fun it can be to just look at the DB homepage. Oh. Check 1 2 1 2. Sorry for the delay. How we doing, gents?
Hey, what's up, dog? We
Not
are all
much.
good. We Gucci right here, dog. You already know.
Perfect. I'm going to pause the music I have running in the background.
You said
and,
what?
Oh, I was just pausing the music I had going in the background. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the volume level all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah, you were all good to go. How's the stream?
Small, but we're chilling.
No problem. You guys are on Twitch, I'm assuming?
Twitch and YouTube nowadays.
Okay, cool. All right, I was just telling my boy here, Max, I was putting him on to you earlier. He was looking up some of their Drytron videos. He also is a Drytron fan, so
I
he
love
immediately
it.
got giddy.
Man, Drytron or Dytron. Although, I'll be honest, I've been on the Dytron phase for a little bit now. It's hit or miss, just so hit or miss.
It is. Especially if you don't open Nova.
Sadness and depression. All right.
But yeah, did you get a second to check the breakdown?
Yeah, let me peep real quick.
Yeah.
I got 1 minute to do so. Let me do it.
Yeah, no, we're perfectly fine, dog. This is not anything crazy.
I got you. And I remember we were talking about it earlier too.
Yeah, I brought some of like the topping points up.
Perfect. Awesome. Got it. Boom, boom, boom. Love it. Okay.
I figured if we got to the end and we it's like less than under an hour still, we could just talk about like ban listings that we think that would be on, just to either like bump up other decks next format, or to actually hinder the decks that we have going on right now.
Yeah, I've got some ideas. I got some thoughts on those, baby. All right. Yep. Sounds good. Cool. Awesome.
Go grab a
Excited.
drink quick. We are set and ready.
Yeah, so I have I've got some good testimony to talk about my initial thoughts when it comes to YuGiOh Malice, the two decks, but I will also say that I haven't gotten my reps in playing with them or against them, but I do have a good story I can tell about my first time reading the Malice deck and just thinking like the thoughts that went through. So I'm excited to talk about that. That's the one I feel most confident in talking about.
You are like around the same level in IQ as me. I've probably gone against them maybe twice or so each online, but I'm obviously I'm not playing against like great players, so like they could have not put on the right end boards or whatever. But honestly, I was more impressed with the YuGiOh than I was with Malice. But I'm hearing that it might be kind of like that, because we're gonna be talking about it too. I think it might be the Pot effect, where Sprite was more popular and then eventually fell off the tier when everyone realized how strong it was.
Oh man, we are gonna have a good talk about that because I'm right on the opposite side of that spectrum.
Oh really? Oh, well, you think Malice is gonna be good and remain good?
I think that Malice is the one that's being slept on a little heavier, and that
I think it is
maybe the out of the two. Like,
oh yeah,
again,
that's what I was
phenomenal.
saying. Malice was what I was comparing to tier limits, where like everyone's like Sprite,
Yep.
and then the tier limits card came out, and they were like, "Ooh, what the fuck is Sprite? This tier shit is fucking gas,
dude." Oh, we're gonna have fun with this one. I'm already ready to rock and roll. I see the other thing, a little bit of controversy we're gonna talk about. That'll be fun. What else we got? Oh yeah, I'm excited to talk about that. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, dude. Okay, I'm feeling pretty ready. Can we give me just one more minute before we get the ball rolling? Perfect. I'm gonna refill this water, and I'm going to eat a piece of chocolate. There we go. Special one.
Hey, dude,
you already know what we're saying. You know what we're talking about.
my wacky tobacco.
Here we go. All right, give me one memento.
BRB. Take your time, dog. When he comes back, I'm gonna move into the podcasting room, Max.
Oh, good.
Actually, I'll probably just do that now. All right, I'll catch you when I get done.
All right, man.
go, buddy. Take your ball.
I'm ready to rock and roll. One thing I would love to mention, I'm trying to think if we have, I'm looking at this right now. I would love to, maybe in the same breath that we're talking about, oh, okay, good. Yes, it's already on there. Talking about the brand new leaks for the new cards. I want to talk about
Yeah,
Orcus.
I want to talk about all of them. Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. All right, sweet. Because Orcus is like, that's the profile I got set up in the living room to record. Probably tomorrow because I didn't get to it today. But, dude, oh my god, I'm so freaking on the new Orcus support wave. I'm so excited. But anyway, let's not belabor. Let's rock and roll, baby. I'm ready to cook.
No. We are all good to go, guys. So, let me just make sure this is correct, verified. We are all good to go. So, as usual, just a reminder, feel free to say whatever you want. No censorship. Like, you're more than welcome to say whatever. If I ask you a follow-up question, it's just to like repeat information that maybe people haven't seen in the meantime or like that. So if I interrupt you, just briefly answer that question and you can go right back on about your business. One mic, one sound. So if someone else is talking, I don't have my camera plugged in. Usually I just like raise my hand or like wave it to let someone know I'm about to speak. But like we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. But you know what I'm saying?
Of course, I'll be respectful.
yeah, but I mean, like, feel free to say what you want, especially since you're on chat. I'll probably bring up that you're on chat, and then like we can talk about your YouTube streams and your Twitch streams. So that way you can promote them and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, everything's gonna be right down to the script.
Perfect, and I am so hyped and excited to be here. And for those who are joining us on YouTube and or on Twitch, if you haven't already done so, the kind gentleman did just drop a mean 5-beaner on the YouTube. Gotta say thank you, and you all gotta go subscribe to the Semi-Limited Podcast, and you can check them out wherever you get your podcast, dude. I have listened to it in the past, and I've been fortunate enough to get to talk on it. I think, it had to be 2 years ago at this point. Was it 2 years?
It was like, yep, it was about a year and a half ago, yep. We're coming on our 2-year mark soon.
Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, well I'm so happy to be back, and everyone go hit that sub. But yeah, man, I'm ready to rock and roll whenever you are.
Alright, let me turn this light off, and I'm going to be hitting join. Alright, we're starting in 3, 2, 1.
Now recording.
What is going on, guys? It is your boy here, Player X, with the Semi-Limited Podcast. Thank you guys all so very much for tuning in for yet another installment, another episode, another clip, if you will, of the best podcast for the TCG this side of the Mississippi, people. You already know. Without any further ado, on today's session, we will be going over some of the new cards that you guys are going to be expected to see in crossover breakers, as well as maybe in Supreme Darkness. A look into the vitality of gatekeeping in tier 2 plus events, because there was a little bit of drama going on online about that I wanted to kind of peek into. And we'll even dip into what we can anticipate being on the ban list coming out at probably at the end of the month, maybe early January, perhaps. We'll see how Konami's feeling and if they're generous to us or not this year. But before we get into all that, as usual, let's get into these sponsored plugins. As usual, go down to that link in the description box below. Follow all of our social sites. You can click that link and a tab comes up with all of them. Facebook, IG, Snapchat, whatever it is. You guys can go there, follow us. We'll also be doing more giveaways when we hit the accolades for the social sites that we have. So it's 50 followers on TikTok. I think we're on like high 40s there. 100 on Twitter, 200 on IG or Discord, and then 500 subs on YouTube. So when we hit any of those accolades, we'll be doing more giveaways. for listeners like you guys and people who want to support the podcast. Also, speaking of support, shout outs to Unplugged Gaming in Manlius, New York for supporting the podcast and sponsoring us. Be sure to join their Discord server in the description box below to be a part of all their TCG communities. If it's on cardboard, they definitely got that in store and ready to go for you guys. It's not only buying and trading and selling and stuff, but they also have the card games ready to go in competition ready formats for you guys. So whatever it is, One Piece, Magic, the Lorcana that's been, kind of taken over the craze for a little bit. Don't matter what it is. If it's cardboard, you can go right over to Unplugged Gaming, and they make sure that they have it for you. And if you guys show up in store, be sure to tell them that the boys at Semi Limited sent you, and they'll definitely be sure to hook you guys up. And also, be sure to catch Brad, a.k.a. Mr. Perfect, live streaming on Twitch every Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. His Twitch will also be in our Linktree link down below. You can click on it. I think it's right above ours. And usually every Saturday, he's doing stuff like deck theorying, crafting, play testing with you guys, maybe on Master Duel, EDO Pro, Dueling Book, whatever you guys want to see. Sometimes he's jumping on the fort, playing the video games with you guys. Whatever you guys want to see him do, he's always up for the challenge and always up to have some fun. So be sure to catch him every Saturday night on Twitch at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, before we get into the episode, we will be announcing the winner of our free giveaway for a box of Quarter Century Bonanza at the end of this episode as well. If you tuned into last episode last week, at the end of it, we told you how you could get entered into a free box giveaway for this Quarter Century Bonanza. And we are going to go ahead and pick the winner. Basically, we picked it up over the weekend. We actually had to do two. I'll go into that as we get into the end of the episode. But we definitely have that for you today. Before we start digging into today's episode, though, I would like to introduce our guest for today. This duelist is a returning podcast guest. He's been on, I think, twice before. And I love just the innovation he has and the variety of decks that this guy brings to the table. I love just basically having him around, enjoying his content, watching it on YouTube, as well as having him in the podcast recording room so we can actually conversate. He's just a great guy. So with that being said, please give it up. I want a big semi-limited welcome for your boy, LoganJYA.
Cheers, Player X and fans of the Semi-Limited Podcast. It is a pleasure to be back on here on the airwaves with you once more. And I'm so excited to talk about the current state and the future state of the game that we got going on right here and now. I will also preface this by saying I'm becoming a bit more of a casual nowadays, so I apologize that I won't have the same competitive edge that I may once have had last time we spoke, but I'm more than happy to provide that old boomer perspective that may be able to lend a little bit of legacy thought to this new stuff we got coming around the corner. But my man, huge thank you to having me on, and again, reiterating the fact that you guys do a phenomenal show around these parts. So everybody, be sure to check them out and give them all the support that they need. But my brother, back over to you. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any, before we get into the episode, did you have any, plugins, any shout-outs, maybe sponsors, anything like that? I know we're live on Twitch and YouTube for your end. You are streaming to both as of right now for recording, so a special treat for those on your end. But is there anything else that you want to shout out or plug in?
No, I appreciate that, brother. I think the big shout-outs that I want to give just primarily to LoganJYA on YouTube and Twitch. We slowed down a little bit in recent times, but we're gearing back up again, and you guys definitely want to be around in 2025. I'm going to be graduating from my master's. I'm going to have a heck of a lot more free time, which you got more time for gaming, so I hope you all choose to come around and stick around to see some of the craziest, wackiest, innovative plays with some decks that you might not have seen in a little bit of time. But, hey, man, if you like machines, boy, do we got Orcus ready to rock and roll. Boy, do we got Drytron or Dytron ready to rock and roll. So if you want to come chill with the Drykage, my door is always open. LoganJYA on YouTube and Twitch. I'll catch you all there.
That's right, guys. So without any further ado, let's get all that out the way and dig into today's episode. We're going to be starting off with some of the new cards that we're expected to see in future sets coming. We have a lot of not only new cards coming out, but older cards getting support as well. We have crossover breakers, which will be receiving the imports for Ryziel, Malice, and the new YuGiOh, if I'm pronouncing it right. And 2 out of these 3 archetypes are expected to be meta game-changing decks, which would really be shaking up the format for us as far as what we're moving into as late. What is it? No, it's actually early December. I think it's December 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to be moving into that soon. And then we have Supreme Darkness coming in at January 15th, if I'm not mistaken, middle of January. But are you familiar with either the Ryziel or Malice deck, how they operate, or do you like have a favorite between the two or anything like that you prefer?
That's a great question, and I will say this, I preface this whole conversation by saying I'm a bit of a boomer right now. I'm a little bit outside the competitive sphere, so I haven't been looking too closely as to what we got coming up on the horizon. But I can share my initial thoughts about the two archetypes. And the way I really want to do this is with a story. When I first read these Malice cards, dude, I remember seeing the leaks for these things, and my mind was blown. I thought that, holy crap, this is the second coming of Tier Elements when I first read these cards. Just given the sheer power level when you read them themselves. Now, mind you, I'm not the biggest fan of, what are they based off of, like Alice in Wonderland
Alice
or whatever?
in Wonderland, yep.
Yeah, couldn't care less. But I will say this, when I was reading the cards, it really was giving me Tier Elements flashbacks. Why? Because of how easy it is for them to spam and swarm, and the lack of restrictions on the cards themselves. I was just getting scared reading them. It took me back to the same seat that I was in, and I remember this vividly when I was at an Edison Regional, and I was sitting on the floor reading the leaks of the Tier Elements cards that were coming down the way, and I'm like, holy smokes, this is how democracy dies. No, glorious applause. No, it was horrifying.
So this is capitalism.
Yeah, no, but I was reading the Malice cards, and I was thinking, well, this is truly what power creep looks like. And again, the nail in the coffin, I guess, is the fact that it's going to come out the gate as probably the strongest shifter deck that we've seen in a long time. This is coming off the coattails of Cash Tira, and even more recently, the Ritual Beast support. Both very strong shifter decks, but I don't think any deck does it like Malice does it. I mean, triggering everything off of the banish, my gosh, it couldn't be more free. So I gotta say, man, I was blown away reading Malice for the first time. I think that their power level is insanely high, and it's gonna be a real contender. Now looking back to just briefly to touch on the Ryziels as well, and I'm not as familiar with them as I am with the Malice, and I'm not familiar with both of them super in depth. Have not gotten in my reps yet. The XC's factor, I think it's awesome to see a swing back in the direction of some of these previous summoning mechanics. I think that some of the loops that they enable is kind of crazy, but I do love the fact that we're going to see a return of a lot of classic XC's monsters. I've seen people playing Ragda Zero. I'm seeing people playing Masquerade in some of these builds, just all these nostalgic Exceed monsters. So I will say that does bring a smile to my face to see those guys make it a return, even if it is in an archetype that I'm not the craziest about, because very similar to the Malice, the power level is insane, and they go hard and they go fast. So
yeah, they go hard in the paint. Correct. I would say that they are both too mid-rangey to I don't want to say aggressive, but Malice could definitely swarm the board very, very fast. For people who don't know, any listeners or any viewers out there, the Ryziel archetype is a XYZ focused archetype that kind of generalizes in spamming out rank 4 monsters. So it goes into a rank 4 toolbox. Things that you've seen in older formats such as Castell, Abyss Dweller, what is that one? Not Shockmaster. What's the other water one? That's a 4. What is it? Like something shark? I don't know. Damn, I'm trying to remember
shark, is it? Did they make him?
No, not Bahamut Shark. There's another one. He just looks like a shark. I'm like gapping on the name right now. But it's like or Silent Arc. There it is. Silent
Arc.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, exactly. So, now like we can spam and see older cards and resurgences of like rank 4s like that. It kind of reminds me of similarly of how Sprite played, except for with rank 2s, they're more focused on rank 4s. And then they're going to be like turboing into that more or less. They also have a couple cards that are really, really strong. One of them is a negate for monster effects, but that it doesn't activate. It kind of just applies on resolution. How similar to how Angel Ring kind of works for Magic cards, how it just kind of negates on resolution without activating. The Ryziels also have a card like that. And then Malice, for those who don't know, as he mentioned, is an archetype that's based off of the Alice in Wonderland like lore, theme type thing, but they are a very banished focused deck that special summons themselves by paying life points once they're banished to resummon them to the field. And not only do all of the main deck monsters have that effect, but all of the extra deck monsters have that effect too. So it kind of operates much like how a standard Cyverse deck would operate, where it's kind of like more or less trying to link climb. They use cards like Dotscaper and Splash Magician or Splash Mage or whatever it is to kind of gain more bodies on board to be able to link climb into higher things. And they're more of a utility toolbox, being things like Access Code Talker and Zealantis and all those other kind of things that they can kind of go into. So those are like the two. The YuGiOh archetype is actually going to be interesting. I kind of want to see where it goes. It's got a cracked field spell, which is like Foolish One, Add One, Summon One. But they have to be like level 10s and like different attributes or something like that. But the monsters that they get, maybe the first wave, aren't very strong. I think even 2 of them are like playable. The other one's like not even like a good card. But with future support and maybe more 10s coming down generically, they could stand a chance. They have a good foundation for a good archetype, but I just don't see the support that they get off rip being anything super crazy compared to how YuGiOh Malice ceiling was going to be, like you said. Do you have anything else that you want to add as far as like which one do you prefer a little bit more? Have you gone against any of them online or anything like that? Have you like seen their play styles?
So I've seen a little bit of the YuGiOh's play, only passively watching YouTube videos, but I have played against Malice, and oh my gosh, that is an unpleasant experience, to say it simply. Like, I've never felt at more of a disadvantage, like, getting shifted by somebody than getting shifted by a Malice player, just because, again, how much advantage that they're generating off of it as well. It's the opposite of a hindrance. It's an enabler for them.
Yeah, for real. I honestly never wanted to Ash and Allure Darkness more in my life. You know what I'm
dude, exactly. So it's like, oh my gosh, I'm wondering, like, you know, Gold Sark. I mean, that card's staying at 1 forever. Once again. Like, just
I don't think we'll get it to 2, like how the OCG did.
No,
but you know, we might.
Maybe if they want to push it, they could push it in that direction. It also does a little bit of good for the Dragon Rulers that just got unbanned. So it's possible, you know, not to get into the ban list conversation, but I will say this, you know, playing against Malice, I think you said it yourself before, they swarm the field, and they're also kind of, at least maybe it's my ignorant perspective, maybe I gotta go watch YuGiOh's video on it, on where to hand trap these mofos. I don't know when the best time to interrupt them is yet. But again, the advantage they generate off of the Banish and the spam ability of the Malice is horrifying. I think I was playing, the first time I played against it, I was playing Dragon Rulers and, like, you know, getting absolutely obliterated. And then I tried to crack out a real deck, and then I still got obliterated and was frustrated. I was trying to play Drytron, and then I got shifted, and it just did not end well. So yeah, man, I'm not looking forward to playing against it, but I am considering giving it a try because, again, if I was going to get into any high ceiling power level deck coming out of these these new 2, I feel like that Malice is going to be the one that has the longer shelf life. Just thinking about it and how our play styles differ from the OCGs. I find that the TCG leans more heavily into that high ceiling combo centricness.
Correct, we really do.
Yeah, and Malice is the one that does it just a little bit better than the YuGiOh, which is a tad bit more slower. I think you said it yourself, mid-range. It does it well, it does it damn well, and it generates a heck of a lot of card advantage while doing it. You know, something vis-a-vis like, what do you call it, Math Mech to an extent.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to it with the heavy caveat of, if I'm with them and I'm playing it, yeah, I'm excited. If I'm playing against it and I'm trying to play something fun or cool, that's not going to be too fun. But hey, it's all good. What about you, man? What are you thinking?
Honestly, I probably might lean more towards YuGiOh at first. I feel like it's more like a deck that I kind of like am attracted towards. Like, I do kind of like XYZ heavy decks. I was always a Cyber Dragon fan. I did kind of drift towards Sprite and picked up Sprite for the majority of that, like Tier Elements format back then. But I don't see them, at least maybe off the first wave, whatever. I just don't see them being by far and high and away better than Snake Eye Ash as Amina. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still think that deck is just super strong. Not only do they put up negates and Desiree, and if they're playing the Fiendsmith stuff, and then the Sylvia if you're playing the Azamina stuff. Yep. But you also have like 8 layers of disruption. If you're playing Fire King stuff, you have what is it? Sanctuary that quick XYZs into the one that pops the field. Then you got Garunix that specials Kirin that is a pop, but also specials a negate with the Avatar. You know what I'm saying? So there's just a lot going on this. And then you got Promethean Princess in Graveyard. Flamberge can still activate to bring out an IP, which goes into SP. Like, there's just so many layers in that deck that I just can't see YuGiOh or Malice, especially going second. Maybe Malice going second. maybe Malice going second, but I don't see YuGiOh going second against the full Snake Eyes board and then doing the things they need to do. I just don't see that happening. Hey, maybe I'm just, as you said, ignorant. I haven't seen enough of YuGiOh players, good YuGiOh players, doing their thing with the deck, but I just don't see the power ceiling of either one of those decks coming anywhere near, or at least overshadowing Snake Eyes. Like, I think that's still going to be, and that's not including the new Snake Eyes support that they have coming on down the way.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? They only get better.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a whole nother wave of like fusions I think they get.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm just taking a look at it now, and that's so disappointing to hear. It's kind of how I felt when they first released the branded cards, and then they kept releasing them. I was like, okay, bro, when is this gonna?
They kept releasing them. It kept releasing them.
When is this gonna stop? I'm sick of it. And then, of course, they were followed by the Bestials, and you know how I feel about those guys. You know, being the Drykage, those guys make me want to put a bullet between my eyes. It's miserable. They changed the entire landscape of any light or dark deck. If you're graveyard reliant, you're automatically cooked. These are the best DD Crows you're ever going to see in the universe, man. But that's just how I felt. I think you bring up a good point. Does it supersede the power level of what we're currently at right now? I'm actually going to take a bit of a divergent pathway and say that, yes, the layers of interruption that come with the Snake Eye Fire King list is absolutely insane. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with going second. I think the side deck helps a lot. I think there's a lot of powerful board breakers that can help you deal with those interruptions. But then, like you also accurately pointed out, there's layers to these babies, man. They got a lot of stuff that they're hiding on. So the one caveat I'll say is, though, that there are also a lot of other sneaky decks right now that I feel like are also seeing at least moderate play. Like the one that immediately comes to mind for me and that I've been getting my reps in with is like the Exodia Millennium deck. Like there are cheeky, weird, basic decks that can still come out of the woodworks and absolutely cook the things like Snake Eye Fire King and even like, you know, the Azamina variants. I mean, Azamina is, oh my god, dude, like I thought you thought Alistair was bad, putting up a negate and a fusion. No, this is a heck of a lot worse. This is so much worse. The fact that it also bridges you into the Snake Eyes, oh, disgusting.
Yeah, it definitely has super strength, man. It's like it blends so well with fire decks nowadays. It's crazy, and it's just like to think that one or two rides, like if I'm comparing it, let's just say an Allure of Darkness, giving you your 2 cards in a starter because you're going to banish Malice card and bring it back. I still don't think it's stronger than Activate Deceptions or Activate Witch Set Deceptions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think that that's inherently stronger. But hey, that could just be me. But just to, I think I'll also answer one of the guys who are on your stream. We'll shout him out. Light Will Shine. He says, do you think that Malice will be secrets and ultras? But they are coming out of a side set, so they are going to be all ultras, and with a chance at some QCR, or not QCRs, collector's rares. So they're probably going to be all ultras, maybe some supers. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, actually, let me just double check on that real quick, just because I want to be accurate and not lie to you guys. There are 5 YuGiOh ultras, 4 Malice ultras, and 1 YuG ultras. And you are supposed to be getting 3 ultras per box. And if you buy a case, it's 36 ultras per case. So just to give you guys a heads up, YuGiOh X, YuGiOh Thode, YuGiOh Ice, YuGiOh Dreadnator, and YuGiOh Doer Drive are all ultras. And then we have Malice Dormouse, Malice White Rabbit, Malice Cheshire Cat, and Malice Heart of the Cryptor or Scyther, whatever the fuck. That is, those are the ultras for the Malice. And then Ryu Gen has Ritual Pendulum. So, and I think that's their like spell card for their archetypes. So those are all the ultras that are going to be in the set for those archetypes, which falling heavy on the YuGiOh aspect kind of brings me, I think, to our next topic, which I wanted to brush up on a little bit. Kind of, if we were to make the comparison, because I was talking to a buddy of mine and we were making the comparison from this side set to a side or to a core set like Power of the Elements. If we were to compare these archetypes and their power struggle to the struggle of power between Sprite and Tier Elements back in Power of the Elements, which of the 2 archetypes do you see being kind of like the longevity holder as far as like the better deck to pilot? Because we saw in the OCG, Sprite took over. Sprite was like 55 to 60% of all of their topping lists, and Tier Elements didn't really have, like, I don't want to say that much representation, but there wasn't a lot of people playing it at that time.
Yeah, not at the gate.
So when Sprite came out in Power of the Elements, oh my god, everyone flocked to it, and not a lot of people were on Tier, but then they kind of understood that Tier was like a crazy super powerful deck. The Kit Kolos is fucking busted, like, and then everyone started going and clamoring for Tier Limits, and then it was kind of like the power struggle between Sprites and Tier Limits was like kind of shaky at first, and then once the Shizu cards came off, Tier Limits just took it far and away. There was no competition. But do you think that it could be similar in this way with the Malice and Ryzeal? Like, they even kind of play similarly where they both spam. Malice is more links instead of fusions, but Ryzeal and Sprite are still both XYZ oriented. So I think it was a pretty good comparison. But do you think that one will kind of hold higher than the other?
I gotta say, like I mentioned this earlier, and I think it still holds true, is that the TCG is extremely different from the OCG, and I feel as though that our player base has more of an affinity for the high ceiling combo decks, especially when they're as safe and secure as Malice feels. So that leads me to believe that Malice may see a higher representation here in the TCG than it does in the OCG. I also want to flag that with the caveat being that it also solves for the exact problem that you were talking about earlier, that being the power level of the Snake Eye decks right now. I mean, let's think about it. Malice main decks Shifter, and it's probably the best deck at main decking Shifter. I don't think we can discredit how powerful a hand trap that card is, and I think that that innate advantage is going to be what sets it apart from the Ryzeal, at least in terms of competition in the TCG. I think now, will it stand the test of time? That's another question that I think we're gonna have to wait to find out. But I think that the TCG is gonna have a bit more of an affinity for the Malice compared to what they saw in the OCG, where it was far less represented than Ryzeal. Very similar to, as you accurately described, the dominance of Sprite compared to Tier in the OCG. I think we're going to see a very similar effect around these parts.
And also, kind of piggybacking off something you said too, like the TCG and OCG are very different in their play styles. Where like the OCG, in my opinion, is more reserved with their plays, more mid-rangey to grindy. They definitely want to play game that like they want turns to kind of like happen. Whereas in the TCG, we're very combo oriented, trying to kind of spew our hand and our extra deck onto the field as fast as possible, and then like almost like hand comparisons. Almost like, did you have the 2 interruptions for my starter and extender? Okay, cool. Well, I also have the 1 hand trap for your starter, so we're going to be going into my turn, so we'll see what my top deck is. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. So now, to see how those 2 decks will operate is with those kind of, I would say, influences in mind. I'm definitely eager to see, because we could be thinking of way different things or having a way different application of the cards than how the OCG will. And it kind of shows in also the example with Tier Elements and how we had like things like Curious. We were doing Curious Dump and, fucking... we were even using the Sprite cards to use Elf to bring back Merly on our opponent's turn to play on. Like, it was crazy. Like, the combo orientation and the TCG is through the roof. So I also agree with saying that it might be a different playstyle between the 2 regions, just due to the fact that our playstyle is very, very combo heavy over here, whereas theirs is not, due to cards being in their format like Max C and all the newer Mal Chummies, like the newer one, I think is Supreme Darkness, that they already have, the Graveyard and the Banish one. I forget the name. But they have all of those out there, whereas we have only a couple of those and no Max C. So it does put a hindrance on there. But yeah, what were you going to say?
I'm trying to remember. What was it? Oh, no, someone in chat brought up a phenomenal point, and the reason why we may also see some more players embracing Malice. And, I hate to say it, but, you look at that card art and you just got a bunch of freaking women on there. And you know about all the simps we got in this game. Yeah, man, I think that's a very fair point that my boy in chat pointed out, that, the waifu tax is a real thing. So if you're thinking those prices are going to be cheap, number 1, you got a real meta contender strategy on your hands. Number 2, if you're into that thing, they got the look. Yeah, man, that's going to drive
have the
prices
waifu
sky
look,
high.
Absolutely. That waifu tax will be on there. So those getting ready to put your money on the crossover breakers, whether you're playing Ryzeal, Malice, or hey, you might even be that Ryuji guy. You never know. Those 10s could be appealing.
I gotta be honest, I didn't read a single Ryuji card until we were coming in here today, and I was like, oh, this is coming out at the same time? Like, I mean, it's cool, but it sure as heck ain't these other 2. I mean...
Yeah, it reminds me of that, damn, what was that archetype that just got announced at the TCG. It was like
Ashen?
Vitalis or something like that. Yeah, the Ashen shit.
Mhm.
It reminds me of him. How that one card was like, yo, this is crazy good if field spells were like a crazy consistent thing. But it's like a deck that relies on too much, and I really hope it's not gonna be one of those. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you know, I really am eager to see how it goes because it is an interesting style of play. That field spell is cracked. I'm just kind of waiting to see how it's utilized. You know, that's just me personally. I definitely am interested to see it.
Agreed.
But
It does seem a little region locked. Like I was trying to think. Like I read the whole searching a dino thing, and I was like, oh, is this just a better version of
well, one of them is a dino, one of them is like they're all level 10s, but one's a dino, one's a sea serpent, and then one's like a winged beast or some shit. But one of them you can discard to search that field spell. Another one, when it's popped or it's sent to the graveyard or something like that, special is a 10, and then one of them, I think it's just when it's used as XYZ material, it does something like that, or maybe something along those lines where it's just like not as good. But the other one's searching out the field spell and then the field spell dumping the other ones and it being able to like special from there will get you somewhere. I just don't know what the toolbox for rank 10s are, how consistent the deck plays, what you lose to. I'm assuming an ogre might throw a wrench in your plans. So, you never quite know with these newer archetypes how they're going to play out, especially when they get imported into a different region.
I think we're gonna have to wait and see, my man. But I'm curious. I'm certainly curious.
No, for sure. And then it is not only like that we're getting brand new cards. Starting early next year, we're also getting legacy support for the older archetypes like Adignister, Cyber Dragon, the Evil Live Twin archetype, and then, of course, our favorite, we got with the Orcus boys. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be getting our 2 new cards, hopefully more, but at least the 2 new links, which I think are really cool. Are there any new cards that you've seen leaked or revealed that really kind of get you amped to play something that's like not meta besides Orcus? I mean, I know Orcus and Drytron are going to be like your thing for like the next while, but is there anything else that you've seen that's kind of like, oh wow, I could probably pick that up and maybe give that a try and see how that performs?
I mean, great question. I gotta say, I mean, you said it yourself, man. I couldn't be more excited for the gosh darn Orcus cards, and I unfortunately, like, I was never a big fan of Evil Twins. I mean, cool sprite interactions, I guess, but never a huge fan of that archetype. I loathe Adignister, and I'll tell a quick little side tale just because. Like,
oh, let's hear it.
So for context, for people who don't know, one of my first good showings with Drytron was second place at a PPG in 2021, and the thing that beat me in the feature match on the finals was Adignister, and ever since then I have loathed that deck, and it sucks because it was my buddy who did it. It was my bud who did it too, and I just my god,
shit.
the arrival Adignister. I was not prepared for it. I wish I was playing Underworld Goddess, like could have dealt with that thing a little bit easier. But yeah, man, absolutely horrendous. Not a fan of that. We're going to be having to deal with it all over again, and it's going to be even more disgusting. I haven't given them an in-depth read, but I did see like some quick combos on a gentleman's YouTube video, and it blew my mind. I was like, gosh darn it. This again, it ups the consistency, makes it harder to interact with. Yeah, that blows. I wasn't super aware about the new Cyber Dragon stuff, and I've been catching up on my GX recently, so I think Zane Truesdale will be a badass, and I do love Cyber Dragon as an archetype, so I'm excited to hear a little bit more about that. You mind educating me?
Yeah, so it's like a new monster. I want to say it's like a level 5 card. It special summons itself if your opponent has a monster, and then you can also like banish it from graveyard to search a fusion or polymerization spell card. So it's just a way to kind of extend into getting 2 bodies to get to the graveyard for Seeger, and then you banish it, search for something like Overload Fusion. Overload Fusion will activate, banishing the rest of them to bring like the Rampage Dragon up. That pops 2 back row. You can dump multiple cards to dump or swing multiple times, and then it's going to be doubled attack because of Overload Fusion. So you can do things like that, and then like OTK, now you got a 4200 monster swinging 3 times, and you only sacrifice 2 monsters to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely does allow for a little bit more of like what the deck does. I was really hoping for a tuner card, if I'm being honest, just to get us something to get into something other than links and XYZs. Maybe we can do like a level 3 tuner, so we can go into like maybe Synchro 8s or something like that. So I don't think that would be too broken, but it's not a bad card, and I'm hoping that there's maybe 1 or 2 other ones thrown in there as well. And the Evil Twin ones, if I'm not mistaken, is just another main deck monster that kind of special summons or searches on summons, so that way, maybe it's special from the deck instead of from the hand or something. But it's another main deck monster that can help special summon like spam. But the Orcus one, that we got announced, I think, is what we really both loved. It was a Link
Insane.
1 and a Link 4. And I've been playtesting with that future format for the last couple of weeks now, and it's gotten me amped up to play Orcus. Do you want to explain what the 1 and the 4 do?
Dude, I mean, I'm happy to. The Link 1, and I'm going to also preface this by saying that Link 1s are dangerous, right? Like, they don't have a great track record. Even freaking Link Karibo, which is like a do-nothing Link 1, is on the ban list right now because just how powerful it is to be able to dump a card to grave that fast. So that's the real danger that comes with Link 1s. And the Orcust one is no exception. If anything, this might be, you know, I'm going to make a big statement here. Screw that Prank Kids guy. I think this might be the best in-archetypal Link 1 that we've seen printed in all time because it does so much. So we're searching Babel off of this new Link 1. That in and of itself is insane because that means we get to reserve our Galatea search for the Crescendo. Holy God, if you don't think that's a big deal, I assure you it is. Decks have, for the longest time, have had to think about ways how we can play around that Droplets, how we can play around that Dark Ruler. If you're an Orcus player, you had to make a decision, right? Like, am I going to go for Babel and maybe be a little bit more subjective to that Forbidden Droplets, or am I going to set up my Crescendo and be safe from that thing, but just have a little bit less interruption? Dude, you don't got to decide anymore. The decision's been made for you. You get both. ¿Por qué no los dos? Sí, way. Man, it is exciting. It is exciting to see the Link 1. bro. So, I mean, dude, normal summon Harpour into this joint, use a gear suit to make... Dude. Like, it's insane. It's insane. So the Link 1's broken, hands... And it extends? It extends to... I almost forgot.
Yeah,
it brings
does
itself
extend.
back. What the heck is up
At what
with
cost?
that? Yeah. Bro,
But at
it's
what
like
cost
free.
does it bring itself back there?
What,
Logan?
pitching one?
No, it banishes an Orcus card from the graveyard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the search effect. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
summon itself back is to banish one. Who cares? Who cares? That is, like, so free. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, mind you, Malice with that shifter. Let's try and dodge that matchup the best we can. But even if you do get shifted, you still got the game plan of normal summon Gearsu and set up a Crescendo. So you don't got to stress it too hard. Insane, though. Absolutely broken. You could also pair it with the Azamina cards. Go for that line first to insulate your plays. And Orcus plays around the Decker Extra Charmy okay. You know what I mean? You don't have to play
You'll
into
probably
it
give them
too
about
hard.
2. You'll probably get
Yeah.
either one. You'll probably give about 2. What I really like about that Link 1 is it help extends. Like, you don't have to play those cards that dump into the graveyard anymore. The Link 1 turns every single Orcus normal summon into a body in the graveyard, as well as pitching from the hand. Because, like, we've all had that problem as Orcus ones where we only played the one Nightmare or, like, the one symbol, and we draw it. So now we get to not only normal summon it potentially and turn it into a Link 1 to get Babel, but let's just say we have a normal Harp, Link 1, go into the new Link 1, which I think is Galatea E or Galatea I, whatever it is. And then now we can activate its effect, discard the Harp's cost. So even if it gets asked or something like that, you can now brick from your hand or unbrick from your hand to keep playing. And I like the inclusion of that new World Legacy Crown card, which is another body that gets searched out by that Link 1, which special summons itself for free to a Link Arrow, i.e. the one that is there from the Link 1.
Yep.
And it tributes itself for cost to negate an extra deck monster activating its effect. So I think that's also really cool that it provides utility and an extra layer on top of what it's already uniquely able to do. And the fact that it's able to banish any Orcus card is very good because you can do something like activate Orcus Return.
Yep.
Or maybe let's say you did Vampire Zombie or something like that and you milled your Crescendo. You can, on another turn, banish your Crescendo or anything like that. And then the new Link 4 that we're about to talk about will also help grab these banished cards because it doesn't specify monsters. It just says Orcus cards. So
and that's such a nice divergence from the other Orcus cards. Is the inclusivity of the new guys. Like, oh my gosh, I love the fact that we're gonna be able to be putting back Crescendos, dude. That is sick.
Yes, looping Crescendos is crazy. So with that being said, you want to go ahead and talk about the Link 4 now?
Oh my god, well, what need I say more than the fact that this man is a snatch steal, and that is crazy, dude. And you already pointed out one of the other best facts about this guy is that he's returning any card in, and that's one thing that makes Orcus such a threat, is the fact that the engine never truly goes offline, unless you're playing against Cash and they're banishing all your joints face down. Nah, dude, you're always going to be able to access that card pool once again. So being able to snatch it, like, it gave us a real powerful end board piece of interruption that I absolutely love. You can also even use it, call me out if I'm capping here, but can't you also take on turn 0 the token that you give them
Correct,
off of
yep.
Girsu? Look at that, dude. Absolutely insane. Just so free.
You can Girsu, give them a token, and yourself a token, turn your token into the Link 1 Galatea, and then not only have you done that, but you now insulated yourself against cards like Imperm or Fool Waltz or like Malchummy, which they would have had to have shotgun beforehand,
Right.
because now they control a card. And at the end of your combo, the very last thing the Link 4 has an effect where you can target any banished Orcus card, return it to the hand, and then voluntarily or optionally shuffle a card from your hand. Doesn't even have to be the same card you added back into the deck to non-targeting. Take control of any opponent's monster. You can just swoop, it's mine. So you take back that token and then link that in your Dengirsu into your IP, so you can have your Orcus combo in the graveyard, your Snatch Steal on board, and then any of those can go all the way right into an SP on your opponent's turn as well. It's really cracked. I really am enjoying it. You don't even have to play cards like Armageddon Knight and like Dark Refer anymore because you don't need to put another card in the graveyard when your normal summon is the card going to the graveyard. So I think it's even better and more consistent.
And I think it fills a significant gap that Orcus was lacking, which is an inarchetypal end board piece. If you look at modern Orcus builds, and I can attest to this, I've been playing the deck competitively for a while now, and I've just recently started to get back into it in the current format, preparing myself for the new support, but playing with the handicap of only the old cards, I guess you could say. Our end board, though, like, it's all really locked and loaded into the graveyard. If you're ending on a Galatea, the Galatea itself ain't doing too much to stop your opponent, outside of being that link monster you need to resolve the crescendo. And Long Girsu always struggled with the issue of having to point to the dude. That's the other thing that blew my mind about the new guy. Doesn't got to point to it. That would have been a shame. That would have been a shame if they had that restriction on it.
But it was understandable, though, because it's strong.
Like, when I first read it, I was afraid that I was going to get the same treatment that I did when I saw the leaks for Mewtwo, and it didn't have the restriction for Mewtwo on it. I'm like, oh, this card's broken. And I got a little afraid when I read the new Orcus card. I'm like, oh, man, don't tell me that's got a point to it. Because I read it the first time, and I'm like, wow, this is cracked, especially if it don't got a point to it. It doesn't have to. That's insane. So we got a real inarchetypal end board piece. And, final thing I'll say about it is the fact that it's an Orcus name as well, makes all the difference, right? So, like, having an Orcus name to end on, guaranteeing the crescendo is going to be live, because nowadays when you play Orcus, that's sometimes the determination that you have to make is, am I going to have the crescendo be live, or am I going to have that IP Masquerena set up so I can really have the crazy interactive plays with my opponent when I'm summoning stuff back from the grave, and I don't feel forced into sticking a Galatea onto my end board. So, yeah, man, it fills in so many gaps, and I think it's great. I love the direction that it's going. It also prepares us for if they're going to ban IP, which some people think is a real possibility, and I'm concerned about it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I could see it happening. So I think, having a new end board piece feels pretty freaking good to me.
No, I agree. I mean, especially with just how diverse it now makes the combo line, where you can end on basically whatever you want. You don't have to end on just Link Girsu. You can end on the IP. You can end with the Link 4. I forget his name. But you have more utility with it. You're not just stuck in the cards like going into Bombard Dragon or Bomber Dragon, whatever the fuck it is.
Right. Yeah,
you don't have to play the Zoroboros anymore, any of those other odd cards.
I'm going to miss Zoroboros, though. That guy's crazy.
You still probably could, too. You probably could squeeze it in there if I'm being realistic, but,
I also want to mention, though, you brought up a great point earlier about not having to play things like Barrowboard Blocker anymore, and also not having to play the Link Spider for the Girsu token. That feels pretty good.
Yes, especially with Link Rebo being gone. That was like the best one for it, but
Fact.
I can definitely understand. Do you think that any of these new cards that you've seen leaked or revealed or anything like that are gonna get like do you think that they're gonna be able to contend with, I would say, the meta that we're gonna be facing after they receive it? Kind of like how, like, a good comparison would be Super Heavy Samurais. They took over the metagame after we got the importing of Wakashi.
Yeah.
They basically had to ban Scarecrows, Scarecrow, I think is what his name. But yeah, Scarecrow had to get banned like off the rip because it was just so broken for such a deck that no one saw coming. So, like, I mean, out of like the Adignister, there's Necros support. There's even new Punk support coming. So, like, or even including with the Orca support, do you think any of these like stand a chance of like blowing up the kind of the same way how Super Heavy Samurai did?
I mean, let me loop in a few more, too, because I'm not sure if you heard. We also, just as of today, apparently, got some Dark World leaks coming out, and I did give those cards a quick read. We can loop back around to this a little bit later, but I want to talk about it in the same conversation, because that's looking a little scary right now. They got some crazy new stuff, and that deck, even right now, I think is crazy. But to answer your question about are they going to be able to compete with YuGiOh, with Malice, with Snake Eye, Fire King, even, I'll be generous. I'll put Mermel in the conversation. Whatever, screw it. I gotta say yes. I want to say yes, and I think Orcus is probably one of the best ones to do it. Adding Nister, hate to admit it, another one that's like very, very serious contender. The last thing I'm going to say, though, on this is, well, I mean, dude, a quick egocentric side story. When Harper first came back to 1, the first regional I went to playing Orcust, I was able to get in the top 4 with that deck in January of 2024, with, like, the early Fire King stuff and Snake Eyes being a thing. Bro, I think Orcust is a deck that stands the test of power creep, so I think that one is probably my #1 pick out of the things receiving new support to make the biggest splash in the meta. That alongside the fact that it's a fan favorite, but so are a lot of these. And then I gotta put Adding Nister in 2nd place because that deck even right now is crazy. The thing that concerns me a little bit though, and this applies to all of them, is that there are very, very satiable side deck solutions to all of them. You know what I mean?
1 second, I think you're cutting back. Repeat that one more time.
Sure thing. I'll just say it one more time. I think that there are very satiable side deck solutions for almost all of these legacy support archetypes. And also we got to shout out Blue Eyes too, man. Blue Eyes is coming.
Yeah, they're getting their own structure deck.
That's going to be very, bringing some players in or getting some old guys back on the horse. I think all of them are going to be great for player turnout. But I do think, I want to stick to the idea of Orcust and Adding Nister being the ones that I feel the most favorable about in terms of playability. But I am concerned about the fact that if people start to prepare for them, there are very clear-cut answers to these cards. It just depends if the deck reaches the level of representation to be worthwhile for people to bring them in. When I talk about Orcust, I'm thinking about things like System Down. I'm thinking about playing more free... Chaos Hunter, that's a good one. I'm thinking about things like, people just choosing to play more Bestials, and that's still going to prove to be problematic. Shifter, I mean, that's going to be a shite matchup, is you've got to go Orcust against Malice. Like, that's not going to be great, dude. You're going to... not going to be great.
Not going to be fun.
So I'm concerned about that. And the same thing for Adding Nister, dude. I mean, I know they have the ability to play through or beyond just...
Damn, I don't know what's going on. I think you're kind of cutting in and out. Hold on a second. Same thing for Adding Nisters.
I'm seeing it right now. Check 1 2 1 2.
Okay, yep. Same thing for Adding Nisters.
Yep. Okay, coming back in. So, Adding Nister's got some very understandable side deck outs. I mean, slap a Kaiju down on that joint. See ya, chump. It can be that simple, but people got to choose to play those cards, and not a lot of people want to right now. They don't do enough for everybody else.
Yeah, no, I can agree. Like any deck that kind of your best chance to be a threat is when you first get support. No one understands what's going on. They don't know the deck. They don't understand like the mechanics, what it's doing, and then you can kind of like sneak your way into getting some interactions going your way or you're in your favor. But once the deck is figured out and like they're starting to think that it's going to be represented, especially at tier 2 or higher events, best believe that there's going to be some sort of side deck tech card for you. If it's not in the main, it'll definitely be in the side for sure. Is there any like non-meta decks that you think, besides Orcas obviously, that you kind of taken a fancy to, that you think you might start growing on you between now and like the next time you start going to a competitive regional run?
Such a good question. Again, my heart belongs to Orcust right now. My heart will always be with Drytron, but I've loved playing the Exodia Millennium deck, dude. Like, that deck right now is such a fun anti-meta choice that is just filthy. And it's very beatable if you know what to do against it, but I absolutely love it. Now, do I think it's going to fare super well against Ryzel and Malice? Less so than it currently is. I feel like it hits the current meta a little bit harder than it's going to hit them. But, I mean, dude, that deck is so much fun and it's so easy to play that, yeah, dude, a freaking caveman could do it. And it's got the fact that you're summoning BDE, Big Dick Exodia, is coming down, slapping your opponent across the face for 8k or even 10k, dude. That is a vibe, and I absolutely love it. And the fact that it's, Grandpa's cards or whatever from the show, like, I think that's cool. I like,
the
I
fact
like
that
kind of...
Yeah, it's a very, very nostalgic touch deck, and the fact that I think it just won our OTS championship out in Rochester, New York, if I'm not mistaken. So shout outs to the player who did that. He went undefeated all day. But yeah, it's just a deck that if you're just not ready for, like, it'll just take you by surprise. If you're not ready for a board wipe, if you're not ready for one of your spell cards to get negated at the right time, you know what I'm saying? They also have that one card that allows him to like do piercing damage or some shit like that, and can attack twice or something. It's like it's crazy. It's like they've got some things, you know. So there are some things that I think that you would, I would say, fall in love with. Like there are some things that out there that I think you would have fun with.
And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The deck is kind of a D-gen anti-meta strat. I mean, one of its best friends is Secret Village of the Spellcasters, right? It does Secret Village better than a lot of things. So I recognize the degeneracy that comes along with it being a little bit on the stunny side. But man, I love it. I love getting to reveal those 5 pieces of Exodia. It puts a smile on my face every time I get the chance to do it. So if I had to choose an anti-meta deck, or excuse me, a rogue deck that I've been enjoying recently, that would be it.
Hey, there you go. All right. Well, so all you rogue players out there, if you feel like picking up something that you think might get you to that maybe regional top that you might want, or even maybe that OTS championship, Exodia might be one of those ones you might want to pick up now before it skyrockets and we get out of printing from it. What is it? Infinite Forbidden. So, but then one of the last topics I have for us to talk about tonight, I don't want to take too much of his time, is the dilemma of gatekeeping in the YuGiOh competitive scene. So, for those who don't know, earlier this week, I saw a post on Zodiac of someone complaining about a tweet that was made by Tombox of MST.TV. And the tweet said this. It said, Zodiac discuss, and it was a tweet from Tombox saying, OTS Store Championship this weekend. What should I play? My goal is to gatekeep players from trying to earn their invite. Parentheses, I made it very clear that I'm just there to deny them with side deck catered to specific players and decks expected to show up. Someone had responded to this saying, why would you want to gatekeep people from trying to earn their invite? Tom's response was, because it's fun. At locals, I quote-unquote play nice and let people take their plays and moves back and let them fix their zone placement as such. So, a lot of people were giving him a whole bunch of shit about this for what he said and basically what he was saying. But I, on the other hand, don't really see a problem with people being gatekeepers at events, if I'm being honest. So for people who don't know, a gatekeeper, quote unquote, is someone who has their invite to nationals for that year. If I'm taking locally, we have Ryan App, Jake, Eric, Matt Pelletier. All of them already have their invites for nationals this year. But they go to other events throughout the rest of the year and try to either recompete for their invite, taking an invite away from another player who doesn't already have one, or they do what Tombox is doing and they'll go play like an anti-meta deck or like a hard counter to the meta deck just to take people out of the competition so that way they can't get their invite. And I don't know. Look, I'll get your input before I go give my I would say eyes on the matter, because my experience with it is way different, I think, than most people's, because I don't disagree with people doing this.
All right, so I think we're gonna have a fun conversation here. I think it's like admitting that you're a dick. Like I don't know why you would proactively admit to doing this. How does this help you or benefit you in any way? Do you really think that the majority of the player base was going to side with you when you put this information out there?
But it's just a troll,
yeah, I get it. Like we all troll in our own ways and forms, like for fun, I feel like. And when you're with your friends, you're dicking around. Like I would say this to my friends. Like if I was sitting at a table with my 4 closest Yu-Gi-Oh friends, and like we all chill at locals and shit, and I was like, yeah, dude, you know what my plan is for this week? I'm not gonna play something crazy. I'm not even gonna try to win. I'm just gonna try and make as many people who need this lose. That's just why would you admit that though? Why would you admit that? It makes you look like a dick. It makes you look like the villain. All right. I just think it's a dumb thing to do.
But don't you think you'd feel better beating the villain? Like if you can't beat the villain, do you deserve your invite? And so the way I look at it is it adds like an extra layer of like plot armor. You know what I'm saying? As like the day progresses, you know what I'm saying? Because I think gatekeepers do exactly that. They make sure that all the players at the tournament are on their P. Because if not, you're gonna follow a player who's either A, more experienced than you, or B, has a hard counter and you're not ready for. If you go to a regional and you're not ready for shifters, if you're not ready for bestials, and you're playing a deck like Orcust or something that's graveyard reliant, if I'm playing Tempai and I shifter you and you pass and you're just not ready for whatever I'm about to do and I just Tempai fuck you up, dog, I'm sorry, but you're not ready, I would say, to go to something like Nats, where you're going to see stronger decks because we're going to be in a further future format. Like, if you can't handle me trolling you at a regional, what makes you think you're going to do good at a YCS? What makes you think that you're going to get your invite and do well at Nats? You know, that's just the way I look at it. I'm very, very, like, I'm going to say black and white, but I'm more, like, rightist when I see, like, have these kind of opinions just because, like, I completely agree. If I earned my invite at the last OTS championship, I would go because I mean I love the competitive scene. Nothing beats going to like tier 2+ events, like having 100+ people in the room, trying to prove that you're the best, that your deck is well tuned, that your combos, that your tech cards are great. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing beats that. So you also have to do that against the people who are playing Mystic Mind Burn, against the people who are playing Runic Stun, against the people who are playing what was it? The other troll deck? Fiendsmith Hand Trap Turbo. Like that shit was Fiendsmith cards with just like 38 fucking hand traps in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to be ready for these things. So I do agree that, yeah, you're kind of announcing that you're a dick, but hey, you earned your invite. You can be a dick. You know what I'm saying? I went through and beat all the gatekeepers at the last one. You have to do it too. Like I almost think, not to say it's like hazing, but you can't say that you're going to go to an event and do the best and like your deck is catered to beat anything, and then you're gonna lose to someone who's trolling. Like the way I look at it is I would rather go to that regional, face Tombox who's doing the trolling and beat his ass, so that in cards, obviously not in person, but like and whoop him on the card table, so that way he knew that I earned my NLA. Nah, nigga, I'm about to get my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get this by any means necessary. I don't care if you're trolling, if you're serious. I don't care if I sat across from Jesse Cotton or fucking Pack or any of them. Like, I'm about to play and beat you because I want this, So that's just the way I look at it. But you're right. It does make him look like a dickhead.
So there is one thing that I have to dispute with what you said and how I interpreted his message. So I to your point, and I can absolutely agree. I love the idea of thickening the plot and giving a nice barrier to entry. I have nothing wrong. Like, I think that players themselves can earn their own reputation as a local gatekeeper, I guess you could say. You always got those people ending up in the top 4. I'm sure you and I have both had our periods about our respective locals being that individual,
yes,
right?
100%. I'm looking at you, Eric.
Yeah,
Mr.
right.
Christensen.
But what I wanted to say is that you made it sound as though that he was doing them a service and making them prepared for things that they can anticipate seeing at higher level events. That's where I disagree with how I interpreted his message. How it read to me is that he's playing things that you wouldn't see in a competitive environment for real. He's intentionally side decking. So remember how we were just talking about how solutions exist for things like Adagnister, for things like Orcust. People just choose not to play them. I think he's choosing to play those types of solutions because he knows people at his locals are going to do it, just so when he gets matched up against them, he has an advantage that no real.
But that's the funniest part.
No. Okay. Let me finish. So
You're right.
yeah,
Okay,
sure.
okay.
It's funny. Yeah, it can be funny, but that is definitely what makes it seem like a dick move to me. And I will also it's funny. It's definitely funny, and it can be a dick move, but it's a dick move we can laugh about. It ain't that deep at the end of the day, no matter what. It's YuGiOh, right? But it's not how a real competitive player thinks. It's not making the other player better. It's really just fucking them. That's all it is. All you are doing is fucking them. And this takes me back to a quick story at Locals where we got this fella who exclusively side-decked Light of Imprisoning Mirror for guess who. Like, listen, people will do stupid things to deal with certain decks that they know that somebody doesn't like. If they play against them, they don't like it. Like, I was talking to this gentleman on the phone. He's a little slow in the mind, but he's a good fella who's got a great heart. And he gave me a ring about how he's got, there's this gentleman at our Locals. He's got it out for this man. It's like this guy really wants to beat him. He's like, he just told me, Logan, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to play cherries. I'm going to put his whole freaking extra deck in here. He's playing like Centurion or some stuff. So he's like, yeah, dude, Crimson Dragon, none of that.
Yeah,
that means
that's
no Crimson,
the shit I'm talking about.
So that's what I'm saying, though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's got it
malicious.
Out for him.
It is malicious.
It is malicious. Think about it. He's plotting this shit on the phone with me. He's plotting this shit on the phone.
And he does specifically say, I am there just to deny them with my side deck catered to specific players and decks expected to show up. So he is saying that he's gunning for certain players. If I pair up against you and I know you're on Tempai, best believe if I win that die roll, you going first. You know what I'm saying? I ain't choosing to go first. But like, is that bad for the game? Is that bad for the community? Is that bad for competitive scene? I don't think that is. If anything, I think it adds onto it. Are you a dickhead? Yes. By whatever standard someone probably wants to put you at, you're a dickhead. But I respect trolls. I'm a troll myself. I've gatekeeped at events. All of last year, I gatekeeped. Any event I went to, of course, I'm aiming to gun for a top spot, even though I already have it. But that's not because I'm trying to be a dick. It's because I want to be competitive, and I don't care if I played against anyone from my locals who has a side deck catered to me. I'm gonna beat you. Like that's my goal, and that's my game plan. That's my mentality. That's my actions. Is I'm gonna beat you. And obviously, if I lose, I can just blame it on the fact that I played the hard counter. But for the most part, it doesn't matter. Like I'm still gonna shake your hand at the end of the day, because if you're gonna say you're the best and your deck is the all-out best, and you're piloting because you're obviously piloting the best, or you're the best pilot of whatever rogue deck you're at, you have to be able to do that under all situations. That's why I'm very big on diverse formats. I know a lot of the bigger pro players like to find very small, either triangle or just 2 or 1 deck formats, but I like decks where there's multiple decks, where I go to a regional and I can play 8 rounds and play 8 different decks, instead of going to a regional, play 8 rounds and play the same deck 7 rounds, maybe 1 round of rogue at the first round of the day, and then everything else is meta. It's like, that just doesn't feel good to me. Yeah, it's same satisfaction, same level, whatever, but like it just doesn't feel the same. Like if I were to go and beat 8 different decks, I'm like, yo, I just shit on Tempai, I just shit on Voiceless Voice, I just shit on Azamina, I just shit on Sprite. I just clawed my way to the top. Couldn't no one take me down? I think feels a lot better than, I played some people who didn't know their deck, and I got lucky 3 of my rounds, and then 2 of my rounds people didn't show up, and I actually wound up playing like 3 actual rounds where I happened to just outdraw my opponent. Like that doesn't, I don't know, maybe we both look at the competition differently, but I am one of those people of like, if you're talking about Nats, the highest caliber we have, bro, you better be ready for fucking anything. You better be ready for the trolls. You better be ready for people who already know that they're going to Worlds and they're gonna go there and troll because they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter if it's a regional, if it's an OTS championship, or if it's a YCS. I'm going there to win, and my mentality is I don't care what deck you put in front of me, you're going down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind being a gatekeeper. So you don't ever think you would be a gatekeeper anywhere? If you get, because like obviously, even if you went to your regional, you went with Orcus, which you what isn't like a meta deck, but you thought was strong at the time, and you got an invite. Was that your first invite to Nash, or was that just something that you went to go try at and you wound up just doing well at?
Oh, dude, with Orcust, I mean,
yeah, when you went Orcus,
I was trying. I was gunning for the top 8, and I got the top
Did you have
4,
your invite already?
Yeah, but no, this is first of the season for me. This is the first of the season.
Okay,
so whatever happened,
you were gunning for that.
You had to keep it no matter what.
Okay, did you go to any other events since?
Maybe like 1. I mean, again, I got to be honest, haven't been playing too seriously, but I think 1 where I actually tried, and then yes, when I'm actually trying, then yeah, of course, I want to freaking try and win. I get that 1,000%. That's
more over my thing. If you're gatekeeping on specific people at your locals, sorry that particular guy at that particular locals, you just got fucked. But to say that I don't do that for my locals or for my players or the people I know of, like for instance, I'll briefly take this anecdote. My boy Devon, shout outs to Devon. I play with him all the time. I played casually with him. I've been playing with him for like fucking 6-7 years now, whatever. We've been playing casually for a while. I know how Devon operates. I know Devon plays going second deck so much that if I set a bluff card, he is going to expend resources to out that blank back row before he does his combo, and I know I can trap him at certain points. Like if I had 2 imperm and a whole bunch of just fake cards, I'm gonna set 3 cards and pass on him because I know he's gonna try his hardest to get rid of those 3 cards before he presses onto his plays, because I know Devon. Whereas if I go and do something like that at a regional and I set 3 back rows thinking that, hey, if I set 3 of these, they might think that I'm on a back row and not play as, aggressive. And then they hit you with the duster and then continue about their business. And now not only did you lose the 1 imperm that you had, but now you lose more engine for your follow-up. You know what I'm saying? That all because you thought that you were catering to someone's gameplay. So I try to do the best to not do that unless I'm playing Devon, because or even sometimes when I'm playing Divine, I try not to do it because like that's just bad habits. Like I don't want to get
Right.
into being a bad duelist just because I'm catering to someone's specific weakness. Like that's not doesn't make you a good duelist. It makes you a good person reader, but doesn't make you a good duelist. It just means that you happen to have the good cards to outfake your opponent in that situation. But you won't do that against a better opponent or a more sharper duelist. You know what I'm saying? So why hinder yourself?
When you play a game like Yu-Gi-Oh, you use as much information that's available to you as possible to make an informed decision about what you're going to do. So that comes in every stage of the game, whether you're walking around the room at locals and you see what somebody's playing, so you think about how you're going to set up your turn 1 board against them if you do get matched up against them. That's playing with the information that you have available to you. So that's the same thing that Tombox is doing here. And if you're a player that ever finds yourself, scoping out your homies at locals, see what they're playing today, you could make an argument that's kind of similar to what he's doing as well. Only what he's doing is jacked up to 11. But yes, to get back to the original point, you play with the information that you have available to you, and I'm not gonna lie and say that doesn't come with costs. Him choosing to dedicate side deck resources means that his side deck is now more specialized, and if he gets matched up against something where maybe he was better off if he had something a little bit more generic in that slot that he decided to spend on frickin' Ghost Reapers with the targets for all of the people he hates at his locals, clearly hates them because he's doing this, then that's the cost that comes with it. So, you reap what you sow, that's what you get. It's not, it could be a blessing and a curse, but again, you play with
What's
the
your final
information that you have
stance on it,
available
though? Do you think that...
again,
do you think
dick, but nothing wrong with it.
Okay, it's fair.
He didn't do anything like egregious. Like I wouldn't, again, if I were him, wouldn't admit to doing something like that because like, wow, to me that's like saying, that's putting the kick me sign on your own back, in my opinion. But also, is it
like, yeah, I don't tip
think...
at restaurants, just to give you a heads up.
Right. It's something like, and again, it's that lifestyle choice that's like, you do you, boo. I'm not gonna, nothing about it is morally questionable, but it's also like, you gotta expect to be called a dick for that one. That is what it is. But yeah, I don't, it's not, it doesn't change the way I think about him as a person. It's not like,
That's
okay, maybe it makes me think he's a dick, but it doesn't make me like think that he's doing anything wrong in terms of how to play the game. You play with the information you have available to you. If that's how you want to spend your side deck resources, more power to you.
Yeah, you want to fuck your friends, go for it. But what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
that's the way I look at it. You gotta be ready, willing, and expecting of things like that. But hey. That's just me. I will be a gatekeeper at future events. If you go to anything on the Northeast Coast, guaranteed, if you'll see my semi-limited ass there, I'm out there gatekeeping. You better be ready to be
first
me,
up, say hello and say I love your stuff. And
don't even say hello. You better come with
me
on some anime fucking vibe. You better pull your deck out and say, "Ask, I'm about to whoop your ass in this next round." I guarantee. Then we'll chop it up and I'll say what's up and get a flick with you. But that's the energy I need because then I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna remember you for the rest of that day. I'm gonna be like, damn. I hope I don't run into this motherfucker. He's gunning for me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just me.
Put the fear in the heart.
We're starting to run out of life points, everyone. We're basically had him here for well over an hour, and I thank you guys all for not only staying tuned on his live stream, but as well as tuning in on the airwaves as well for you guys. Just a reminder of a couple of the sponsored contents before we start dipping on out of here. Be sure to go check that Linktree link down in the description below. Follow all of our sites so we can do another giveaway for you guys. Also, be sure to shout outs Unplugged Gaming out in Manlius, New York. Go down to their Discord server, which the link is also in the description box below. Join all of their TCG communities that are down there. Whatever it is you play, be sure to be a part of it, and you can experience not only what we have going on over here, but also bring some light, some of the things that you've experienced in your card game playing, and maybe educate another player to get it to a higher level for themselves. And also be sure to catch Brad, aka Mr. Perfect, every Saturday streaming on Twitch live at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch him doing everything from deck crafting to playtesting, maybe playing some different games with you guys like COD or Fortnite or whatever the new craze is. He was doing Fall Guys the other day, I think. But be sure to catch him. He's always live and interactive on 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday night, guys. Also, a big thanks to our guests for coming on and donating their time. Before we head out, we also have that giveaway winner that I want to announce for you guys at the end of this episode, which is right now. We said that if you liked the video that we had last week and you subbed to the channel, you commented your favorite card and rarity from the set, that you'd be entered in a raffle to get a free box of QCR Bonanza. Well, we did that drawing on Saturday, and we picked a winner. But unfortunately, that winner only did 2 out of the 3 tasks. They commented their card and they commented the rarity, and they were subbed to the channel, but they did forget to like the video, which meant we had to do another drawing. It disqualified them, and the winner the second time around that did do all 3 tasks is the winner of Andrew Wyatt 1654, who commented, QCR Toad is totally goated. Would love to pull it. All right, so congratulations to Andrew Wyatt. Big congrats to our winner for pulling it off. I will make sure I reach out to you, or you can reach out to us to be able to claim your prize. This big box right here that you guys can hear of QCR Bonanza, waiting for you to come open it up and find out what you get. And a special thanks to all of our participants this time around. And hey, if you didn't win, don't fret, guys. All you got to do is be tuned into the next few episodes of the podcast, because we love to do all these giveaways. I love to give back to you guys. Speaking of giving back to you guys, you can also see how to enter the next one we host. You can get some free stuff for yourself. But for having such a great guest and a great podcast today, I'm going to be sending some OTS packs out to our guest, LoganJYA, so that way he can also do a giveaway for you guys to show some love to you guys for not only showing love to us, but to him as well.
What?
Oh, absolutely. So if our guests,
you shouldn't have, bro.
Well, trust me, I love to show love to everyone. You know what I'm saying, and make sure that because you guys are live right now. I appreciate all the guys who are. I can see them briefly in the comment section showing love and questions and stuff like that. So shout out to all you guys. Appreciate you. If you guys are in stream and listening to this later on, I love you. And because of that, I'm going to be sending some OTS packs out to Logan. He can run his own giveaways or raffle, however he feels it on his platform. So be sure that you guys are not only following us, but following him as well to get those OTS packs. I have them here if you can hear those as well. Got some 25s and some 18s that I picked up the other day. So we'll figure out which one he would rather give to you guys and set that up for you guys.
That sounds so fantastic. Can I just
absolutely,
say a massive thank you? Holy smokes. And anybody who's on the live right now, if you haven't already, go check out the semi-limited podcast wherever you get your podcast, or just go sub on YouTube, man. They are building up a nice big community right there. And dude, the free stuff. Holy smokes, you gotta love the homie hookup.
Absolutely.
We used to do the same thing back in the day, man. Oh my god, the free tournaments and stuff. So this is a great opportunity to do yet another giveaway Monday in the near future. So thank you, Player X. I appreciate that so much, brother.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Is there any other last minute shout outs, plugins, any final thoughts on the show tonight, anything like that before we close out tonight, bud?
Last thing to do is just another shout out to the Semi-Limited Podcast. And if you want to find more of me, my name is LoganJYA, Drykage, Orcustrator, a little bit of a washed player nowadays, but we still be putting up Yu-Gi-Oh content every single darn week. So if you want to come chill with us, slide on through LoganJYA on Twitch and YouTube, primarily on the YouTube. We look forward to seeing you there. And yeah, man, thank you so much once again for the opportunity to join you. I had a fantastic time tonight. So much fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on to another episode of the Semi-Limited Podcast. Thank you so much. Thank you to our winner, Andrew Wyatt, for winning this box of QCR Bonanza. And thanks to all the listeners. As usual, be sure to not only check out our podcast and our platforms, but go check out JYA to learn how you can be the winners of the OTS packs that we're about to send up there. Because the only way you can find out is by following his platform and his services, so that way he can tell you directly how you're going to enter. And with all that being said, thank you so much for listening. We are all out of life points officially. I am Player X, and you have been listening to the Semi-Limited Podcast. Thank you, and good night. All right, dog. That's it.
Dude.
Another episode in the books.
That was so much fun. I always love hopping on for these things. I'm sorry that I didn't know more about the YuGiOh cards or that Ryuji thing, but that
no, you're good.
That was fun. I really had a good time. And
100%.
Dude, super generous at the surprise at the end. And the dono at the start. Don't think I forgot about that.
Hey, I try to show love to those who come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Holy smokes. Well,
and for those who show love to guys like us, you know what I'm saying? People don't look out for the little guys. So I like to look out for not only ourselves, but the other ones who show love as well. You know what I'm saying?
Full show.
So just send me your Addy on Discord, and I will get these packs out to you probably tomorrow. I got to send Dark World Core out to YuGiOh for his card drive that he's got going on. We're gonna be sending out some OTS packs, 2 deck cores and some shit out to him. So I'll just throw that in there. It'll probably be like 4 o'clock tomorrow. You'll probably get it by like end of.
Cool. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, not even stressed about it. I'll absolutely do that. And cool to hear about what Gigi's doing. Holy smokes! Like I didn't hear about this, so I'm definitely.
Yeah.
So he just taking any cards, like deck
Yeah,
cards or
anything the deck cores. He does. What he did last year was he had his sponsor give him or they donated 5 of those like fucking the gem binders, like the Book of Moon ones,
yeah,
and like all those
yeah, I
cool
remember
ones. So
that
they
one.
donated
Yeah.
5 of them, and he got random staples from the first rarity collection or whatever it was, the Megatons or whatever it was. He was just doing a card drive to where I think he went to Nats. And he said if anyone needed cards at Nats, come find them. He's got books. He filled 5 binders with hand traps and staples and gave those away for Christmas. Like he just does like a whole bunch of like giveaway stuff for people. And I support that shit. So I try to like help out by sending as many, excess stuff that I have. I'll just liquidate some shit. Like I'm not playing Dark Worlds. It just sits in the deck core. So I'll just send the box out to him. Hopefully someone can get some use out of it type deal. I'll include like all the extra amenities and stuff in case they want to tech it out the way they like and stuff. So. But yeah, if you ever see him post on what is it, YouTube? I want to see he made like a community post. But if you go on his,
I think he did the last one on Twitter. Or maybe I'm tripping, but I do remember that last one you were talking about.
If you reach out to him on Discord too, he's got his own Discord server. You can get a hold of him and just get his address or.
No, I know Gary. Him and I are cool. We used to have a
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
so
good guy.
I will absolutely reach out to him. I'm trying to think about what to give now, though. I gotta stop being so stingy with
He honestly is whatever. I gave him, even if it's like, because I get like rarity collection bulk from like the guys at locals, like stuff like that. I'll just like super called by or like maybe like a Ghost Reaper Ultra that no one wanted, like all that stuff. I'll just collect and then I'll just send that stuff out to him because like it may be not to say junk to us, but like a couple pieces from us might add up to a play set. If enough people, wind up giving up to it, you know what I'm saying? And it is going to a good cause. He does find people who come up to him at his, meet and greets and stuff like that to hand them out to. It's not like he's just hoarding these cards to himself, He really does give back, and I fuck with that and that mentality. So I try to help as much as I can, and you guys as well. Like even having you on the episode, it was a quick message. Hey, you interested in talking about these topics? You were like, yeah, sure. Let me know the time, and I'm there. So I appreciate things like that because if you I meant to mention every year we have a live recording of the podcast in our Discord, and as you can see in the semi-limited live section, we have people tune in live for recording, and we bring on all the guests that we've had all year, and we do like an hour-long episode where we stuff like that. So if that's something you'd be interested in, we're doing it the December 16th. Which I think is a Tuesday. Give me 1 second. It is Monday. It's a Monday. Monday, December 16th. If you're able to donate it an hour, I think we sometimes make it for 2 hours.
It ain't a donation.
I'm
gonna cut you off right now. I'm saying it ain't a donation. It's a privilege to be invited on. I love this.
It's fun. It's a fun time. Yeah. Last year was our first one. We had like YuGiOh, Winner Kills, a bunch of the other like podcasters that we are. Heart of the Podcast was on there. Oh, cool. It was really, really fun. So, and if you would like to join all of our guests this year, since you were on earlier this year, you can participate. I'll be reaching out more towards like end of November to kind of get everyone's name in alignment. But I'll put the check mark down to give you some more info on it as we get closer to it. If you want to participate.
Please do. I would love to. That would be
sounds great. Sounds great. We'll get your chat involved, you know what I'm saying? So that way they can come in with live giveaways and stuff like that to certain people in Discord. So it's we bring people up to ask their own questions with their own voice, because we have a whole little like live auditorium section. So all of the guest speakers will be up on the podium. And then when we have questions, we can have people raise their hand. We bring them up, or they get we don't bring them up, but like they get like unmuted so that they can speak. And then they'll ask their question. They can get their real answers from the people who are on the poll and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool and interactive and a great time. So the more the merrier. And I was supposed to message you that, but now that I'm speaking to you guys live, now they all know too. December 16th, we have the live recording of the podcast. Be sure to check it out. You can, hit our Discord server or go to our YouTube, and right there you'll see our Linktree link. Click it and be a part of our Discord server, and we'll be doing it. You can come participate live. We had like I think 25 people there last time. For a majority of the time, they were all participating, having a good old time, and I plan on having more. So it would be tons of more giveaways and stuff like that. More interaction. I want to see what we can do as far as like some like interactive games we can play, but obviously that all takes a bit of time, so we'll see how that goes. But I appreciate you coming in for today's episode. I'm gonna start getting to editing it now so I can get up at 5 a.m. But if you have anything else, you ever need anything, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna send these packs out probably tomorrow like 4 o'clock, so you'll probably get them by like end of the week.
Yeah, again, don't even stress it, my man. You could send it out next week, and I wouldn't. You could send it out never, and I wouldn't care. But thank you again for having me. Thank you
it's
again.
all love, brother.
Real,
all
bro.
love, man. If you guys need anything else, holler. Friends of the Semi-Limited Podcast and yours.
Cheers.
Appreciate
brother.
your
And also,
stream
let's
for coming out and hanging out with us as well. So
my boy Mike in chat also says he's gonna see you on Thursday. So.
Oh, really? He goes to Vault? Mike in
I'm
chat?
assuming. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? His
Mike.
tag. Lich King Mike. Oh, okay, yeah. That's Mike Schultz. Yeah, that's Mr. Schultz. Shout outs to Mr. Schultz. He's good people. I didn't know that he followed you as well. That's what's up. Small fucking world. I will definitely be seeing him Thursday.
Bro. Hopefully
he's a good guy, yeah.
All right, and he says to take it easy, my man. All right, and also for real, good luck with your editing. Dude, admire the drive. Get her done tonight. I freaking love it. I miss that energy, man. I haven't been able to keep up with that in a little while. So
you know what's funny? I gotta plug you in with my guy, Vengeful Shadows. I sometimes confuse you guys because your voices are similar. It's like when I hear you guys, I just want to say Venge, or when I hear him, I want to say Logan. But he's another YuGiTuber. I'll send you his YouTube link. Definitely reach out to him as well. He's on the up and coming. He does like things on his own little progression. But he's a great entity, such a great vibe, and I know you guys would like kick it up. You guys did like a live stream.
Dude, heck yeah, count me in.
100%. I'll send him your way for sure.
Please, yeah, I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, bye bye. I will let you get to the rest of your stream and everything like that. Appreciate you guys for having me on your stream and all that stuff. Be sure to follow the Semi-Limited Podcast on all social platforms, and be sure to be looking out for those giveaways from him. And you guys will be all good.
Cheers.
Thank you so much, guys. Cheers. Yep.
Catch ya. Peace.
Catch ya.
And anybody who was listening about that giveaway, I tell you what, man, I don't think anything makes more sense than doing another giveaway Mondays. We'll do one next week, and then after that, maybe we'll do some GG for free action. Post Malice, post Ryzu. Yeah, I think we're going to do it. All made possible by the Semi-Limited Podcast and my boy Player X. So please go hit him with that sub if he ain't already done so. The link is in the chat, and I'll drop it in there one more time. I'm just gonna do the YouTube. It's probably the easiest. But give me 2 seconds, guys. That was so much fun. Oh, I gotta leave the call too. I'm still in the call. Yeah, that was a ton of fun. My gosh. Oh, he's making some good waves up on here, and his. Here we go. Let me give you a quick share real quick. Hold on. There we go. So everyone. There we. Oh shit. Talkie Mushrooms. I must have accidentally deleted the link. I'm throwing it in Twitch, and I'm throwing it in YouTube. Guys, go hit him with the follow, my man. So much fun. Yeah, and thank you, Light Will, Shine. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, everyone who went over to check out Player X's podcast. Again, so much fun to be a part of. And yeah, man, it's just nice to get to talk to someone about this stuff. Even though I'm a little washed, it's nice to still be appreciated, I guess. Oh, look at this. Look at this disgusting board, man. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. This is literally the whole kit and caboodle right now. I don't stand a chance. Genuinely don't stand a chance. I can stop his negate. Talents take. Just look at that. Look at how insane that is. Oh, hilarious. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot, but I don't see it ending well. I'm gonna try. Mr. Trev, I'm gonna try my best. His hand is good. His hand is, well, Hand's okay. We'll see how we do. What the fuck? I'm not gonna... Don't worry. I'm not gonna shark him. I don't really care that much. Going for Big Chungus. Oh, you sweetheart. You flipping sweetheart. Crazy to think that we've known each other for that long, brother. Cheers. Thank you. I gotta see you soon, man. It's been too long. Yes, bro. Of course. Yes, bro. Of course you're gonna want it. What the hell? Is that what that does? I thought it... Wait. Am I tripping or did he just, like, cheat with that? He just forgot to ban shit. Alright, this is gonna be tough. Wow. Holy smokes, that got even better. Alright, let's see how we do. Start with this. That's one. Sucks that talent is just gonna get... Oh, dude, talent trade with the... Oh, but then there's still 2 targets. This bro is changing what he's using. It's crazy. Okay. If I redeem the talent now, he goes Sylva Negate, chain this, snag that. Let's see what happens. This tributes itself, right? Yeah. He'll still have... That's funny. That's funny. Nice IP in the back row, bro. So now the only point of interaction he still has left is this, but that's still a pretty decent one to have, because I think you also get this too. And then he gets the trigger. Yeah, it's still a very uphill battle, and he can choose to pop his own guy, and that'd be kind of goofy. I'm going to try my best. We'll see what we can do. Oh, I fucked up. I could have put one in the back row before committing to this. That's alright, I'll do it on res. Yeah. Are you sure about that? Oh, I can put the Promethean back. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll just put the Promethean in the back row. I love One Piece. It sucks. I guess okay that we forced an imperm, but sucks that we still have to play through Promethean given how much it gives him. Okay, Orcus cards. How are we going to clear all this? take his IP now, question mark, and save, like, don't play with my Orcus cards until I, oh, I can't, unfortunately. I need to put it in gray first. That's alright. Harp, Gearsu, 2, Gal, mid. It all feels mid. Unless I go for an early SP to deal with it, but he's, no, obviously that's going to trigger the joint. Let's see what we do. Start with you. Oh, you fucking moron. Maybe just swing over them. Maybe swinging over them is the way. No, does it still trigger? No, it doesn't. Logan, you idiot. It triggers the other guy. It triggers the other guy, I'm pretty sure. But, whatever. This is what I mean by I still got some reps I gotta get in against these joints. Maybe going straight for symbol is correct too, I'm not sure. But this feels like a pretty nice force. I said okay already, dog. You're good. This is so bad. That card is obscene. Does it matter which one I send first here? I love how confident I felt about having enough points of interaction to stop this deck. Maybe if I had went first, yes, I think I would have enough points of interaction to stop his board from being able to be built. But, oh crikey. I thought maybe there was a chance. I thought wrong. Cool. Now your board is full, so I'll link off your flame bridge. Oh, fuck, he's got this though. And then I'll only have one summon left, and then I'm cooked unless I get to make the Galatea. I don't even know what's worth searching off her right now. This is a big misplay on his part, letting me get to this point. Oh, it destroys all their monsters on the field. I kind of forgot about that. I don't think you have any other effects left that trigger dog. You've used them all. Did this guy just throw? Am I high or did this guy just throw? You must have the answer for this. You could send this. And it pops this. Like, does that matter if me? This card just allows me to. Oh no, we're sending that joint. Okay, glad I read that. Glad I read that. Yeah, maybe the return off the draw off return is correct because we got Fenrir and we got Gold Sarks we could draw. Out of all the options we have right now, that feels like our best bet. Alright, we'll go ding, send, battle, swing, main 2, draw 2. We'll see where that gets us. Is ding better than Typhon here? Yeah, of course. Because we want to draw 2 cards, Logan. Use your brain. Yes, I used Harp. I used pretty much everything. But Babel and Crescendo did nothing with just Ding. That's pretty trash. But at the end of the day, we do still have Harp Engrave to summon back, summon out Ding from deck, and then send Symbol to have us with a Ding. No, we don't have that because we don't have the good card. Oh well. Set 1 pass, hope it's enough. It won't be. So cringe. Oh, Kyrate is my dude! Let's go! You got the 2nd place trophy too? I got one of those in my living room. I love that joint so much. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy for you, man. I cherish that thing. 2nd place is like my default. Or at least it was. Maybe I should imperm that. I can also imperm when it gets. Not a big deal. Sorry, imperm. Drop it. Bestial Galaxy? Yo, I love that. I love that. Are you playing the new Red Eyes Metal Dragon support? Was that the new 1-for-1 art? Go F off. Actually F off. That's so bull... Maybe there's a case to have negated that, and then... I don't have this, man. I gotta hit the restroom real quick, and then keep the party going in this miserable matchup. I just gotta play harder. Gotta play out of my mind to cop this dub. More of this, too. I dig it, brother. I dig it. Alright, let's see what we can do. In this matchup, we're going first. My side ain't great for you, Chief. This card's decent. This card feels decent. Nah, this card loses to the spell card. No, but the hitting deception's crazy. It's better than this card. That's for darn sure. And we're going first. I'll use the more low-cost ones. There we go. Let's give it a go. I think we got this just fine, baby. Don't you worry about us. Look at that with an opening like that. Well, could have been better. Why am I still playing Gizmic? Do I really think that's worth it? Please no draw. If I got drawn, who cares? Ain't that deep. Alright, please no ogre. I'm gonna pitch this. I want this in grave more. Next, please no bestial. Please no bestial. Alright. Happy Horus. Let's go. Make me a happy camper. I would have loved to be able to play around Nibiru, but instead I'm going to have to go for RNGesus the card. Bail me out, baby. Bail me out. This is a great card to Dominus Impulse. Absolutely obliterated. Okay, I can choose to draw 2 and try and play, or I can look at his hand and say, yes, Fenrir Pass is enough. Knowing how crazy his deck is, like, I'm feeling pretty certain that Fenrir Pass is not going to be enough. Like, into normal summon Ash, into Diaball Star. Where do I hit him if he goes Diaball Star? Gets the deception thing. I don't know the good time to hit him if he does that play. Let's take a look. Yeah, I guess. We have 3 Harp Horrors now. I don't have to be as worried about the Gizmic Banish. You can just hit show hand, dog. Oh, Christ on a cross. Oh, his hand's buns. But I can't set up a negate for this. Like, is this card buns on its own? Yeah. Now his hand's dead, right? He's just gonna draw another one, knowing my luck. Yeah. And then, am I gonna bother to do this? Yeah. That's not a bad banish at all. I don't mind that in the slightest. And then we really threaten him on the clapback with the fact we got 2 whores coming back that he doesn't have an out to. There you go. Let's give that a shot. He didn't draw wanted. He didn't draw wanted. Yeah, exactly. He drew something he can pop with Fire King Island. That's what I'm imagining. I feel like he drew Kieran, given how long it's taking him to think about this. I feel like he drew Kieran or Avatar, like something that's mid to pop off of it, and he's seeing where that gets him. Ah. He's got that stupid spell. Maybe I Gizmek now. I think I Gizmek now. Yeah. Because then if he goes for the destroy them, it has to be Fen. Then I get to keep the Fenrir, I guess. I don't know. Or I just let him play on. No, I don't try to SP. I think I wait on the SP because I can chain it. Again, not a bad banish. Oh, you're right, I do it because otherwise... Well... If I declare this and then he chains the Skyburn, then it's the same result, is it not? I'm pretty sure it's the same result, if not worse. Do it? Why, though? Alright. I don't know what D-Barrier really would have done. Stops NX Seed. Is this not what was going to happen anyway? I see the solution. Brahim, I see the solution. Sabo Squad, what's up, bro? Thank you for the sub. Thank you for swinging by. Yeah, Brahim, you're right. I know, but if you... Interesting. That is the worst time for that to freeze frame. God damn it. That's just shy. This sucks. Oh my god. I don't know if this is enough for lethal. This sucks. Oh my gosh. Oh, right. I forgot I play Zoroboros. Oh my god, and he's massive. And that's 3 plus 26 times 2, that's 52. Yeah, that's like super game. Oh, wait, hang on. 26. Yeah, nah, dude, come on. I'm bringing this card, too. Nah, that card's kind of mid, actually, going into the Azamina card. It is? Oh. But isn't the Azamina card just negated? I have to force that first, don't I? So it's not good on its own. I'll take your word on that. This feels counterintuitive to me, but that's alright. Oh god, I forgot about the face cam. Shit! I still got that goofy ass face going. Hold on, let me fix that. Oh, this hand. Yeah, I don't have any answer to that. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the camera set up while I'm playing against this dude. Don't worry, I won't forget to troll. Come on, bitch ass. Why aren't you working? Hang on. This is like the worst. Again, the worst freeze frame we could have possibly had. There we go. Alright, my ugly mug is back. God bless. Do I win now? I drolled him. Do I win now? Please say yes. Please. I can't afford Mulcharmies. All I got is droll. I hope it's enough. I hope it's enough. What does he do with it, though? What does he do with it? He's taken like 5 years to think about it. Come on, dog. What's the holdup? Oh, no shot. No shot it's just this dude and pass. Actually broken. Actually broken. Holy smokes. Insane. Insane this is resolving. Holy smokes. Hilarious. Actually effing hilarious. Okay. Yeah, this should be. Now I'm trying to decide though. If I just hit him bing bing bong. No, don't do that. Just fucking actually try and play the game. It's too free right now to pass up this opportunity. Yo, nice smells, bro. Summon Nightmare 2 into Gal. Let me see if I can lethal his ass. I'm trying to do the math real quick. Yeah, get Fenrir, swing, that's 40. Yeah, it's game. Yeah, it's game. Wait, no, is it? That's 5. That's 54. It's shy, dude. Getting Fenrir is shy. I don't think it makes a game. I was trying to do the math. I don't think it makes a game. Oh, duh. Yeah, it does. I'm tripping. Nightmare boost by sending heart. Yeah, that's a game. And that's 1, 2. Yeah, and it's under 5. It's crazy. Yeah, Nib doesn't do it. Nib doesn't do it. This is still game right now. Very good. Very good. Very good. Good work, Orcust. Hell yeah. That was tight. Yo, and Clums with the sub from Sobble. Sobble, so sweet of you, my guy. Thank you for dropping that sub. Cheers, King. Thank you. A million thank yous. I had to help my fiance with something. Simply the greatest. Alright, I think we got one more in me. One more in me and then we're wrapping it. Let's rock and roll. Let's take it home. Let's cook. Let's obliterate. I said let's rock. There we go. Just had to trigger it one more time. That's all you gotta do. Alright, sorry, my girl was saying something silly. Crazy. The permission to keep going button. That feels really good. It's not going to get any better any later. Maybe if I deck thinned. That's fine. Medium. I wish we had the new support. That'd make this even more broken. Well, never mind. We would have been searching the Babel with the alternate strat anyway, so it would have been even better. Yeah, I'm glad to see we're in agreement. That was the plan. Oh, that's cringe. Cheater. He must have 2 copies. This is gonna get him another copy, I think. If he's really smart. Oh, it's so cringe. He gets another copy and he pops the Babel. And then I'm kind of up the creek. I could chain this and get myself the Symbol Skeleton now. I don't love this. Oh, shnikes. It's one of these decks. Like some sort of stun thing. Trying to make it scary for me, dog. What the fuck? Brahim, I won't. I'm trying to, yeah, we're in agreement to get rid of Fountain. I have no targets left. Yeah, only one return. Don't need any more. What if I want to say some really bad words? I'm gonna say a lot of mean things. I'm just gonna keep ding and swing. Beacon special. I don't think it makes a difference about keeping Gal or keeping Ding, but I'll keep the Gal too. I don't think I can summon Dingirsu under this. I can't attempt to summon the machine. I can't do that. I'm under both of these. Think about what? I didn't see anything I had to think about. I think I'm gonna negate that. Nah. I like that idea. I could also wand back. None of them help here. Oh my fucking god. Really annoying where he set these things up. Where's my last gear, so? Did I run through them all? Kinda crazy. That's insane. I don't really want to wall up. I don't even know if he's gonna have anything for me to fucking call by. I fucked up. God damn it. I can summon back Scout. Oh, I can't. I don't have it. That's crazy. Whatever. I fucked up. It's fine. Whatever. You wanted me to summon it? I didn't think I should. Oh. I didn't think that was the way. I just got afraid of getting stuck on it. Especially with one more Fenrir left. Fenrir. Now it's over. That's so dumb. Doesn't care where it goes. Ugh. This is what I get for not banishing better cards. I could have brought that back at any time, moron. It should have been Symbol. I fucked up. Not going for Symbol was such a fuck up. Oh, it doesn't matter now. That actually makes it irrelevant. Alright, beatdown time. I don't care. Try my best. You know what? Save time. Save time. Save time. Save time. This matchup becomes a lot more free after I get to go first. Keep that. This feels more useless than that. Yeah, the demise was insane. I forgot about the harpies. This is good. Yeah, he's just playing one of these decks. I don't play Nightmare. Not that it would matter. I know that. Jesus Christ. I was wanting to see if you had any idea what to do with the extra body, but there's nothing. It can be done. Hope we don't get super polyed. If I don't mind using the IP first in this setup, I could have that layer of protection for my guy. Now my Babel can't be destroyed by destruction. That's fine. Yeah, I'm glad to see we're in agreement. Wait! Oh, I fucking zoned out. No, this is fine, actually. Make him discard a card. Nice. Very nice. No, it's better that way. It's better that way. Make him pay it. Alright, well now he's gonna go first, so you definitely want that. That card's gonna bid. That's fine. We're not gonna use it much. Who do we got? Alright. Show me the right hand traps. Could be alright. We'll find out. It's so crazy. I was thinking about this matchup earlier today. Oh, that's cringe. That's really cringe. It's a good thing I don't think these give a fuck about Inspector Border, but I do have to have somebody on field first. Ogre for the fountain. Cosmic for the floodgate. Have no out to this cunt, though. I have no out to this cunt. Oh. That's pretty good. I was wondering if I should just fucking Cosmic it. Too fucking confident. Not that it matters that much. I still can't out this. And I have no easy idea as to how I'm gonna be able to out it. Fenrir. It's the only thing that comes to mind. If he's really smart, he leaves me on this. I think I just have to wait for Fenrir. No, I've got the out. I've got the out. No, Fenrir can't swing, but I have the Cosmic. I can take one to the face, it's fine. 3 and 34, not great odds, but we'll see. I'm out. That last goddamn set was Judgment. God damn it. So fucking cringe. So fucking cringe. Depression. Why are you here so late? Why are you here so late? Oh my effing god. I'd have to knock that joint off, swing over this, and then have to deal with the consequences of those two. Look, it's discarded. Got the negate. It makes me feel like he's got the pop back there. Let's see if he's fucking missed. normal symbol, 2 up. Like, I can try and play into it a little bit. And then I have guys on field, so I can go ding, clear. Why? Can't I just normal this, and then... No, I can't. It's the same shit either way. Now I'm cooked. I don't think there's anything I can do. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think there's anything I can do. Oh, nuts. Please, harpies. God damn it. Really wish I played Nightmare Phoenix about now. Funny. Funny. Would be real nice to have another evenly right now. Be real funny. Harpies, 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 please. Please. Fuck. What the f... The only bright side is knowing that there's no more judgments to get hit with. Yes! Yes! Finally, yes! Oh god, but he has Fountain. Fountain Protect. Fuck. Fuck. I just lose. He just summons Hugin and I lose. You're right. 1 in 27. Oh my god, I think we finally got him. Can I play afterwards? I can't even play after, though. Symbol can't summon Symbol. And there'll still be a border on field. We gotta wait one more turn. It's not like we're gonna lose that card from the top of our deck, and it's not like he's gonna draw another Judgment. Have to be a Dark Bribe or some shit. One more turn. One more turn, then we rip Harp Horror, and our life gets better. Or we rip an out to that cunt. Fuck that. Fuck you. Go F off. That is such BS. That is such BS. So annoying. Fuck. I think it was cheating last turn. No, he made me draw one. Fuck. Putting spells and traps up just gets me fucking destruction faster. Although I can play when the Tikaboo... No, I can't, because the fucking guy. Da, 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 da. If he summons Hugin, does it not destroy itself to stop the fountain from dying? I'm tired of this game anyway. Yeah, fucking whatever. Yeah, it's alright. I should have been patient. Should have waited. It's alright. not the most fun match to go out on, but I'm going to be doing an in-depth profile on this Orcus list as we prepare for the new support. Why is it not on DB yet? Someone please tell me why it's not on DB yet. Kinda frustrating. All that being said, I'm trying to see if there's some on the mofo. I kind of want to do one 2014 game or one Edison game. Let me see. Did they do Edison rated yet? Let me see. Oh, they have Edison format here. Let me do one Edison match. Round it out. I think so. Yes. Good night, Brahim. Thank you for coming, my man. Thank you for coming. Oh, my side deck on here is so different than what it is IRL. But I don't need 3 of this, so I guess that makes sense. I like my side deck on here even more. LMAO. Sable! Oh, you're too kind, brother. You're literally too kind. Thank you so much for the subs and for hanging out with me tonight. I want you to know it means a lot. I actually really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. A million thank yous. Yo, let's play against Zeroni and Edison. Hold on. Oh, you fucker. Aw, that's so sweet of you, my man. Thank you. Again, just note that it means a lot. I mean, it really does. That we're still rocking and rolling. And a follow from Awesome Socks. Thank you, Mr. Socks. I really appreciate it. Call you Sokka. Really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, brother. Oh, that's not good. It's alright. We got the side deck for it. Yep. Funny. Funnier. How am I not seeing a single fucking tuner? And I feel like if I establish the dudes, just set myself up for goddamn failure. The freest way to do it would be to go end phase, pitch 2 for hand upkeep, and then banish Wyvern, summon Darkness. I don't know if that's even legal. I could also just not show what I'm playing. I guess that's the exact same thing, regardless of the way that I do it. These are just gonna get picked apart by monarchs. They're legit just gonna get picked apart by monarchs. This is terrible. Yo, Semi, I just saw you on YouTube. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. There's no reason to play that out. I am cooked. I just lose. Yeah, that's fine. We'll round it up for the night here, loves. I'm gonna call it. I'm going to send you all over to... There we go. An old friend of the stream, who I see is streaming right now, so we're going to send it, send y'all over there while I get ready to call it a night. I'm back at work tomorrow, and I've got schoolwork to do, so it's going to be a busy-ass day, you already know. But we're going to get on through it. We're going to conquer it. You know we have to. Oh, I didn't know he was on. I don't see him as on my thing, but he must be in a different category, so maybe I'm looking at something different. Regardless, or maybe not follow him on the alt. I feel like I was, though, so... LoganJYA, signing off for a great day. See you beautiful people later on the next one. But I do send my love to MBT, as always. We'll get him next time, right? This is an old friend of the stream, though. So go give Rainbow Love Goddess some love. When you get over there, slap down some little D's. Drop those little D's. If you're a subber, drop those little D's. And I'll see you beautiful people later.